This Christmas in hospital. Every donation to Children's Health Foundation provides vital funds that help get kids back to being kids. Donate now at childrenshealth.ie.
Football on Off the Ball.
With Sky. Come on, you girls in green. Good luck to the Ireland women's football team in their upcoming World Cup qualifiers.
Very good evening. You're welcome to Tuesday's Off the Ball, coming to you live tonight from Tallaght Stadium for a crucial World Cup qualifier between the Republic of Ireland and Georgia. The slip up against Slovakia on Thursday night means that nothing less than 3 points will do for the Republic of Ireland tonight as they look to head into 2022 in second place in the group and still on course for a playoff spot ahead of the 2023 World Cup finals in Australia and New Zealand. Conditions, well, to be honest, they couldn't be worse in Tallaght tonight. If Thursday night was cold, well, tonight is pretty rotten. It is wet, it is windy, there is a gale howling, and I don't think they're going to get that record attendance this evening. Over 4,000 tickets sold, but it will take a very brave soul to come out to Tallaght Stadium and get behind the girls in green this evening. The two sets of players are in the tunnel. We're just about 6-7 minutes away from kickoff. Former Irish international Dora Gorman is alongside me in the commentary box. The draw against Slovakia was a major setback. There's no getting away from it. They were about 20 places below the Republic of Ireland. Georgia tonight are over 100 places behind the Republic of Ireland. They are one of the minnows of the women's game. This is a match that Ireland shouldn't just be winning, should probably be winning well.
Yeah, I mean, we said before the match against Slovakia was a setback. We'd said that was a must-win. If that was a must-win, there's nothing else that will do in this game. And, you know, it's not just the win that we need, it's the performance as well. We need to get back on track after that disappointing, kind of deflating draw against Slovakia and get everyone's confidence up and get playing some good football. But obviously on a night like this, a win is what we need. It might not be pretty with the weather, but we want to try and get a performance as well. Yeah,
I think Ireland would have loved a nice clear evening to be able to get the ball down and really get at this Georgian side, but it is absolutely miserable, and the players have been out for the last half an hour warming up and trying to keep themselves warm. 4 changes from that side. One of them enforced Heather Payne, we knew wasn't going to be involved. She's had to go back to college in America. That means a first competitive start for Kira Carusa up front. There's also a first start for the Republic of Ireland for Jessica Zhu of Shelburne, just 19 years of age, who we expect will come in as the right wing back in place of Anya O'Gorman. Savannah McCarthy also drops out of the side, part of that back three, replaced by the vastly experienced Diane Caldwell, while there's also a start for Arisha Littlejohn, who replaces Jamie Finn, just behind Kyra Carusa in the Irish attack. So Courtney Brosnan once again in goal for the Republic of Ireland. The back three, Niamh Fahey winning her 99th cap tonight for the Republic of Ireland alongside Louise Quinn and Diane Caldwell. We expect it'll be Jessica Zhu and Katie McCabe again as the fullbacks. Megan Connolly and Relisha Littlejohn in the middle. Denise O'Sullivan and Lucy Quinn just in front of them, and Kira Carusa leading the line for the Republic of Ireland. So Georgia, the vast majority of their players are playing their club football domestically. They last time out in their qualification campaign took some really heavy beatings away from home, a 14-0 against Denmark, but they have improved. They have been able to keep it a little bit tighter. 4-0 against Sweden, 3-0 against Finland, 2-0 against Slovakia. We do not like the pattern.
No, I mean, as you said, there's definitely been less goals conceded in this campaign. You know, they're probably learning to play against stronger opposition. But when we look at the attempts, you know, Sweden had something like 44 attempts when they got the 4 goals. So, you know, these are a team we should be beating. We can't underestimate them like we may have done previously. You know, I think we should be winning this. You know, it's up to the girls to put up a performance. You know, this is a game we should be controlling. We should be controlling possession. So I think, you know, we need to get out there and do our best with this.
All right, the teams have emerged from the tunnel across from us here at Tallaght Stadium, and we are almost ready for the national anthems, and we will start with the Georgian national anthem. Georgian national anthem. Now it is time for our own Naveen. The Republic of Ireland have never qualified for a major championship, but it is on nights like this in difficult conditions where you've got to grind out the 3 points that can set you on your way. There is still a very decent crowd in Tallaght Stadium despite the conditions, and we're almost ready to go. The Georgians all in red, the Republic of Ireland in their green jerseys, white shorts and green socks. The system, Dora, looks to be the same again, with Ireland going with the 3 at the back. Any surprise, considering it does seem to be inferior opposition?
I suppose, you know, it may not have served us too well against Slovakia, but it is the system that Vera Pauw seems to prefer with this Irish team. I think, you know, when we see Jessica Zhu coming in on the right, especially, she's a very attacking player, and we know Katie McCabe's attacking qualities on the left, so we would expect this to be more of a 3 at the back, with the wing backs pushing up more into midfield rather than getting into that flat 5 that we got at times against Slovakia. So I think, you know, it's a game where we need to get those midfield players on the ball. Like you said, Megan Connolly, Rusha Littlejohn, Denise O'Sullivan all in the middle. They're excellent ball playing midfielders. So I think, you know, although it is the 3 at the back, we do need to be a more attacking presence, and getting those Jess Zhu and Katie McCabe further up the pitch will be crucial for this game, really.
Well, no shortage of experience in that Irish huddle just down to our left-hand side, as they are joined by Katie McCabe, the likes of Louise Quinn, Marisha Littlejohn, Doane Caldwell. Massive amounts of experience around those new starters. Kira Carusa, playing Champions League with her Danish club, will come in and try and lead the line for the Republic of Ireland and maybe get her first international goal. Born in San Diego. And Jessica Zhu, born in Albania, getting her first start for the Republic of Ireland on this right-hand side. Tonight's match officials are all from Lithuania, and I think the rain is just starting to soften.
Hopefully. Hopefully the wind dies down a bit as well.
Okay, so it is going to be Kira Carusa to get us underway, and the referee doesn't blow the whistle for the Irish players to take the knee, and I think the Georgian players are going to take the knee, except one Georgian player who gives it a shake of the head and refuses to take the knee, unfortunately. So here we go, and in perfect time fashion, the heavy rain has stopped, and it actually looks all right out there. So right at the start, Megan Connolly in the middle of midfield for the Republic of Ireland, plays it back to Diane Caldwell. 84th cap for Diane Caldwell tonight, but hasn't been involved of late under Vera Pauw, but comes in place of Savannah McCarthy with a difficult enough night of it on Thursday night.
Yeah, Diane is, as you said, vastly experienced. You know, it would be no problem to her slotting in here. She's well used to playing for Ireland.
Now Louise Quinn has to come back, just trying to see which way the wind is blowing. It looks it's a proper swirling wind. Quinn plays it up along this left-hand touch line, and there's a very early touch for Lucy Quinn, and she's just clipped from behind there, it looked like, by the number 18, Michael Bibia. However, the decision goes in the favour of the Georgians, and they'll have a throw in midway inside the Irish half down to this left-hand side. Ireland started really slowly on Thursday night. They want to get out of the blocks quickly and put some early pressure, and I guess impose themselves on the game right from the start, because that was the surprise on Thursday night, that Slovakia were able to come to Dublin and actually look the more comfortable in possession.
Yeah, I think we need to get on the ball and start to impose our game on them. And there was a nice passage of play there, even keeping the ball at right back there, and with a couple of nice passes with Jessu and Risha Littlejohn and Eve Fahy. So I think that's already started well.
Katie McCabe on the left hand side into O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan plays it into the area. Caruso, round one challenge, angle very tight, pulls it back towards O'Sullivan, but she just outrun it down by the end line, and it's going to be a goal kick to Georgia. But right at the start of this game, inside the opening 90 seconds, Ireland building from the back. Denise O'Sullivan central to it all, got Katie McCabe free down the left hand side, back in again towards O'Sullivan. She then released Caruso, however, despite going around the initial challenge, unfortunately just slightly overran the ball. But positive early signs for Ireland.
Yeah, very promising. It's good to see the ball, getting on the ball there and switching it and keeping calm in possession as well.
Now, the more Ireland can get Denise O'Sullivan and Katie McCabe linking up together, the better. I mentioned the amount of rain there's been. Anybody who's listening in from Dublin over the last 3 or 4 hours, it's been absolutely torrential. And just watching the ball at the start, it actually does seem as though there's quite a bit of surface water as well. It's not moving very slickly around the place.
Yeah, I mean, and the conditions aren't ideal, but I think these girls will be well used to dealing with our Irish weather in November. So
Louise Quinn with a strong header from the edge of her own area, and McCabe sets off again down the left hand side. Looked like she was clipped by the Georgian player. She was clipped, and it's going to be a free kick, a tactical foul we'll call it, by Kabradzania, right on the halfway line. And Megan Connolly wastes no time in playing it short to Ruisha Littlejohn, middle of the pitch, drills it to this right hand side, just a bit too much on it though for Jessica Zhu, and it rolls out of play for a throw in to Georgia.
Yeah, I think we already see Jess and Katie moving up a little bit up the pitch, so I think that is promising, and it's putting Georgia under a bit of pressure back there.
Throw in sent down along the line. Zhu just can't get there. Just 19 years of age, part of that league winning Shelburne side. Dora, not going to talk too much about that, don't you worry. McCabe with the cross from the left, it flashes across, and it's in the back of the net. It's an own goal. 3.5 minutes gone, and the Republic of Ireland are in front already. And Katie McCabe was the one who did the damage down the left hand side, fizzed the ball in at real pace. A couple of Irish players tried to get on the end of it, but it was Maiko Babia facing her own goal who turned it in to the bottom corner. Exactly what the Irish supporters and this Irish team needed. The early goal, Republic of Ireland 1, Georgia 0, thanks to that own goal.
Yeah, that's a perfect start now for Ireland. I think, getting Katie on the ball there, she puts a really good ball right into the box in front of the keeper there. No one knew what to do with it, and the Georgian player got a touch on it. So, I mean, that's a really excellent start, and it'll settle the Irish girls now, and we can get the ball down and keep going.
Well, Katie McCabe has probably touched the ball more in the opposition half inside the opening 3.5 minutes tonight than she did in the entire 90 on Thursday, and it was such a dangerous ball in these conditions. Both the Irish attacker and the Georgian defender couldn't deal with it initially. Zip past the two of them, and then Babia sort of ducking right down with Zhu coming in behind her, just heads it into her own goal, and Ireland are up and running. Sweden leads Slovakia 1-0 in the other game in Group A. And seeing again that Slovakia, very difficult to break down, but a win here would mean that the Republic of Ireland move up to second. They would be a point ahead of Finland, having played the same amount of games halfway through this group. Free kick for Georgia. Keeper thought about coming, and a header had to be won, and was won. It didn't matter either way because the assistant referee had raised her flag over on the far side. It was Niamh Fahey who came in. Courtney Brosnan was sort of caught in two minds initially. We know she's under a little bit of pressure, Courtney Brosnan, with Megan Walsh having decided to declare for the Republic of Ireland. Brighton goalkeeper on the bench, but, well, Emma Byrne, she was with us on Thursday, saying it wouldn't be at all a surprise if by the time the next international comes around away to Sweden in April, if Megan Walsh was the Republic of Ireland keeper.
Yeah, I think Megan Walsh comes with a very high pedigree. She's well regarded over in England, and I think she'll definitely be a good addition to the Irish squad. And I think Courtney, she will take confidence from that, her manager's confidence in her.
Another cross from the left-hand side. This time it is cleared by Georgia, just to the edge of their own area. O'Sullivan in quickly pouncing again. You see the amount of surface water there is down that side of the pitch, and played up along the left-hand side by Diane Caldwell, who plays her club football in North Carolina alongside Denise O'Sullivan. Their season, like the homegrown players as well, season is done. So a lot of this Irish team will be heading straight back to England for the resumption of the WSL at the weekend. So Ireland get themselves a free kick. And Vera Powell will be very happy with what she's seen in the opening 7 minutes. Republic of Ireland 1, Georgia 0 thanks to that own goal. Caldwell drills it down the left-hand side. A bit of miscommunication between herself and Katie McCabe. Goes straight over Katie McCabe's head, and it's out of play for a goal kick for the visitors.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It did just seem like a little bit of miscommunication there. Opportunity gone, but time to regroup now and settle down. I think, with that wind as well, things are swirling a bit, so the more we can keep the ball on the ground when we're playing it around. But of course, when the ball's going into the box, anything can happen with that wind as well, so we just have to be careful with it.
Georgia finished bottom of their group last time round in qualification for the European Championship, conceded 45 goals in their 10 matches, lost all 10 of them, and they're on the back foot as McCabe's control lets her down over on the left hand side. It said it was a 14-0 against Denmark, a 6-0 against Italy, a 7-1 against Bosnia, but away from home actually they've always been very, very tight. Even away at Denmark only conceded a couple of goals, so they know what they're about in trying to make it tough when they go on the road. But that'll be a big setback, and Ireland will be hoping it'll have broken some of their resistance.
Yeah, exactly. I think getting the early goal, that can, when a team is setting up defensively and setting up not to concede, that can throw you. So it was great for Ireland to break them down that early and get that upper hand.
A little bit of afters over on the far side. The referee dashes across. Vera Powell is off her seat, and the referee's going to have a word with Carbadzania and Katie McCabe, who always plays with an edge. And if you can't get enough Katie McCabe in the commentary tonight, we've got a feature-length interview coming up with Katie McCabe between 9 and 10. Ger has been chatting to her about her life at Arsenal. So we are back underway. Big night for Vera Powell as well. She said herself this is a must-win, and I think if Ireland weren't to win tonight, there'll probably be question marks about her future. This is her 16th game in charge, just the 5 wins so far, 2 draws and 8 defeats, albeit a lot of them against higher ranked teams, but she needs to get a bit of momentum going.
Yeah, I mean, we can talk about the friendlies and the results, but really where it counts is in qualification games and these competitive games, so that's where you have to show your worth.
The ball down the right hand side off the back of Zoo. She has it, cuts in from the right wing, little ball inside then, and it's swung in from Quinn to the back post. It'll be kept in by Katie McCabe, pulls it back to the edge of the 6-yard box, and the Georgians make a bit of a mess of their clearance and send it behind their own goal for a corner kick. But the first real opportunity for Jessica Zoo to get on the ball, and already shown plenty of ambition. She gets lots of little pats in the back from her teammate as well. Ireland get the corner kick over on the far side. Louise Quinn and Niamh Fahey go forward. Remarkably, Niamh Fahey tonight, winning her 99th cap, has never scored a goal for the Republic of Ireland.
I'd love to see her get a goal tonight now. She's been a fantastic servant for Ireland.
Sent in by McCabe, drilled in, and it comes off the head of Megan Connolly. Not fully out of play, in fact still not fully out of play, as Carusa keeps it in on the end line, but it's the Georgians who emerge with it down there left hand side with their captain Jaconia, and she's going to try and set the Georgians off an attack from deep, playing it around inside their own half. But there's a different intensity to the Republic of Ireland in midfield, and Denise O'Sullivan again gets in to steal the ball, and here she is now, skips around one challenge, releases Quinn down this right hand side. Quinn has Carusa inside. If she nears her, in towards Kyra Carusa, and her diving header ends up skimming off her forward and coming behind her. She actually probably should have taken on with her foot.
Yeah, I mean, probably when it was coming in she thought it was going to come for her head, but she had a bit of time as well on that. But that was really fantastic play in the midfield. You saw that they were hunting in packs. Denise was getting in, Rushi was getting in, they were turned over the ball, and that like you said, that's the type of intensity we need to get the ball back and win it back in those areas.
Really positive stuff from Ireland, to lead by a goal to 0 after 10 minutes here in Tallaght. And Littlejohn trying to release McCabe, but didn't happen over on the Irish left. Again crunching in Denise O'Sullivan, who has started this game with a real sense of purpose, driving Ireland forward at every opportunity. But now Georgia, for the first time, have a bit of space down this left hand side. Zhu had stepped in, and now Georgia bring it towards the edge of the area. Ireland getting numbers back very, very quickly, making life difficult, and then 3 green jerseys back in and around Kiminava and forcing it out of play for the throw-in.
Yeah, those are just the areas we need to be careful with, you know, leaving that space in behind the wing backs. But as you saw, 3 Irish players got back and got back into good positions to defend. So that's what we need when we're in those sort of situations.
Ireland win it back again down this right-hand side. Megan Connolly needs to be careful on the edge of his own area. Just about gets away with it, Connolly, and he gets it back to Louise Quinn. Quinn rolls it along the ground to McCabe, and McCabe just plays some keep ball. Back it goes to Diane Caldwell. Now it's Little John, and stepping over the halfway line is Galway's Niamh Fahey. Good possession here for the Republic of Ireland. Zhu again going to have a run down the right wing. Made a real impact at times in the cup final. People might have seen a couple of weeks back. Unfortunately ending up on the losing side that day. But at 19 years of age, a player of real promise.
Yeah, Jessie's an excellent player, and you know, she'll take players on all day, and she's very good on the ball too, so she'll look to give the Georgian something to worry about on that side. Connolly
25 yards out, has to go back to McCabe. Round 1 challenge, Katie McCabe bringing it forward, gives it to Little John. Little John then is just hacked down by Kiminava, and it'll be a free kick to the Republic of Ireland. 25 yards out, and an opportunity here to test the Georgian goalkeeper. Yeah, that's a definite foul there on Rusha. I wonder if Katie will think about this one on her left foot now. It's in a nice position for her. She's certainly the one who grabbed the ball instantly. Megan Connolly is there as well, of course. Megan Connolly scored a fine free kick from over on the other side in Finland, in off the crossbar. But I think this side, you would have to think it's set up for a Katie McCabe special. It is 25 yards exactly, just to the right of centre. 4 Georgian women lining up in the wall, and the wind, I think at the moment, is gusting with Katie McCabe. Yeah, I think if she can judge it and not... Oh. Little touch, comes to McCabe, drills it in low, the keeper saves with her feet. Back it comes again for Connolly down the right hand side, whips a dangerous ball in. Niamh Fahey goes up over her head, Quinn can't get there. McCabe again takes the shot on, and it was sort of a half shot, half drilled cross in towards Carusa, who can't get any power on the header, and it goes behind for the goal kick for Georgia. But smart thinking from the free kick. Katie McCabe, I think, realising that actually the best option was to just zip it along the surface, drilled it low, and the keeper seemed a little bit bamboozled as it was coming towards her, but just managed to adjust her feet in time and save Georgia and stop the Republic of Ireland taking a 2-0 lead. Yeah, with that sort of surface water, like you were saying, along the ground, it can be very difficult for a keeper. So yeah, she went with her foot. I think, you know, she didn't look very comfortable behind it, so I think we'll be looking to get more shots on. There is a Georgian player down needing treatment on the edge of her own area, Pasikshvili, and while she's receiving a little bit of treatment, we can go and get some team news from St James's Park, because there's a couple of games going on in the Premier League this evening. The first of them at 7:30 is Newcastle against Norwich. Let's get the team news from Stephen Goldsmith.
3 changes for Newcastle, 2 are enforced. Matt Ritchie and Jamal Lascelles are suspended. They are replaced by Manquillo and Jamal Lewis. Emil Krat drops to the bench and is replaced by Kieran Clark. The visitors make 2 changes. Matthias Norman and Milot Rasika are out injured, so in come Roop and Solis. That is your team news for Newcastle against Norwich.
We are back underway here at Tallaght Stadium, where the Republic of Ireland lead Georgia by a 1-0, a quarter of an hour gone. Incredibly difficult conditions, driving wind and rain in Tallaght Stadium, but Ireland made the perfect start after just 3 minutes. An own goal, wonderful ball from the left hand side from the Irish captain Katie McCabe, turned into her own net by Michael Bebbia. Ireland have had chances to extend their lead, and they might have another one here. Denise O'Sullivan, outstanding so far. The shot driven in from Quinn, and again the keeper not altogether convincing. A low save down to our right hand side, a venomous shot from Lucy Quinn, and pushed behind for a corner kick. Maybe I'm being a bit harsh on the keeper considering the conditions. Yeah, I mean, it was a decent enough stop. You know, I think we're seeing Denise get on a lot of ball there, and she's further up the pitch, and she's having a big effect on the game, and she's a big part of why Ireland are really dominating possession at the moment. So corner kick again to the Republic of Ireland over on the far side of the pitch. And it's going to be sent in right-footed this time towards the near post. It spins back. Niamh Fahey tries to knock it back to Lucy Quinn, but cleared by the Georgians out to the left-hand side and chested down wonderfully by Megan Connolly. Drills it into the near post, and again Carusa just can't get a little nick on the ball that might have caused an opportunity for Ireland, and comfortably collected by the Georgian keeper.
Yeah, again, any of those balls that are zipped in around the keeper and around the 6-yard box, anything, if anyone gets a touch on it, it can be a goal.
Niamh Fahey clears. However, won back by Georgia again. Ireland haven't been tested in the opening stage of this game. Maybe they will now, but Megan Connolly times her tackle, and then Denise O'Sullivan is hacked down, but referee says the Georgians got enough of the ball there. However, Connolly wins it, and she was most definitely hacked down over on the far side of the pitch. And again it's Kabardzania who's the player involved. This time Irina Kabardzania does get herself a yellow card. She can't have any complaints.
No, I mean, there was a few flying challenges going in there. She was definitely late on Megan Connolly, and Denise definitely was. I think that was a foul on her too. They're not afraid of a challenge, the Georgians. They're coming in strong.
They certainly are, and we saw early in the game Kabardzania having a little bit of afters with Katie McCabe. McCabe had a word with her again that time.
Yeah.
Ireland having so much possession though in midfield in particular. Little John releases McCabe over on the left hand side. Her cross in towards Carusa. Oh, and it's going to be another own goal, but it's saved on the line by the keeper. Again, Katie McCabe instrumental for the Republic of Ireland. The cross from the left hand side had just the right amount of pace, and the Georgian defender back facing her own goal almost turned it into her own net, slipped through the keeper's hands, and as it looked like it was about to bobble into the back of the net for a second own goal, the keeper Sugashvili dived down on the goal line to deny Ireland.
That was a fantastic piece of play by Rusha Littlejohn with the switch.
Jessica Zhu through to Kira Carusa. However, the ball bounces in front of Carusa. A little bit of miscommunication from the Georgians, but the ball is eventually collected. But I think Vera Pauw is going to be very happy with what she's seen from the Republic of Ireland side so far, playing the game totally on the front foot, dominating possession and creating a lot of chances down the two wings.
Yeah, and I know Georgia are a lesser opponent, you know, the lower ranks than Slovakia, but even still you have to put in the performance, and I think the Irish girls have really started well. They've put their own stamp on this performance. They've dominated possession, they're making chances, and I think we're seeing it getting into the midfield, and that last chance that Katie put in a wonderful ball across the goal, it was a great switch of play from midfield, and we didn't see enough of that against Slovakia, getting it through the midfield and out to the wings and making use of our wide players.
And the more that they can get Katie McCabe on the ball, the better. The Georgian keeper has a problem now. Katie McCabe winning her 57th cap for the Republic of Ireland tonight, and at 26 I really feels at the peak of her powers. PFA Team of the Season last season, Arsenal Supporters Player of the Season, won Player of the Month last month in the WSL, Goal of the Month.
Yeah, she's a player.
Doing all right.
Yeah, she just keeps getting better and better and raising her standards every year. You know, it's hard to know where the top of her potential will be.
The keeper is okay to continue, and Diane Caldwell rolls it into midfield to Littlejohn, who's done well so far. One of 4 changes for Ireland tonight. Niamh Fahey striding forward, helped on by Quinn quickly to Zhu down the right hand side. Zhu with a couple of tricks, plays it forward to Quinn again. Quinn finds herself in a difficult spot, but does enough to force the Georgian defender into the mistake, and it'll be another corner kick for the Republic of Ireland.
Yeah, it's good to see Jessu getting on the ball out there, and some nice interchange. They did well to win the corner when kind of the chance fizzled out.
I'm sure you can hear on the commentary the wind absolutely howling in Tallaght. Down to our right hand side this time, in the square end in Tallaght, the side of the ground if you're used to coming, that has no stand, and it'll be taken by the left foot, an in-swinger this time you'd expect from Katie McCabe, and all the Irish players gathering around the Georgian keeper. Sent into the back post towards Louise Quinn, who wins the header, and it's helped in to the back of the net, and the Republic of Ireland have got their second goal. 20 minutes gone, and Ireland lead by 2-0, and it's her first goal for her country. For Kira Carusa, Louise Quinn with the header, back-pedalling from McCabe's corner, but she sent it goal-bound, and this time Carusa did get the little flick, which turned it goal-bound, and Ireland now have a 2-goal advantage. Ireland 2, Georgia 0.
Yeah, Louise did really well to keep that alive there and to get it back in the mixer, and Kyra Carusa just showed a real poacher's instinct really to get a touch on that, get it towards goal with enough direction to hit it, to finish it off.
A lovely Irish goal from the set piece. Strength from Louise Quinn. 2 Georgian players around her, off balance, but still managed to get her head on that ball. And then Carusa, who has looked dangerous at the start of this game, just hasn't been able to get that crucial nick. Well, she was right down on her knees pretty much to get that little flick on past the goalkeeper, right on the edge of the 6-yard box. And now Ireland have the comfort of that 2-goal lead. And the way they're playing so far, well, you really feel they could rack up a bit of a score this evening.
Yeah, it's really, really encouraging, and we're making lots of chances. And I think when you've Louise Quinn up there for a corner, you always have a chance.
Yeah, Louise Quinn will be looking for goals herself. 12 of them for the Republic of Ireland from centre back. And they'll also be concentrating on their defensive duties, because Ireland haven't kept a clean sheet in a long time. 11 matches without a clean sheet, so that'll be a real focus as well. But now they're looking for a 3rd goal. McCabe, round 1 challenge on the left. Again, the dangerous ball. Carusa threw her head on it. It just slips off her forehead again and goes to the right and wide. But it's just wave after wave of Irish attack.
Yeah, the Georgian defence are really under siege now. And I think that was another good chance. She just didn't quite get enough on it to redirect it towards goal, Kyra Carusa. But another very dangerous ball in by Katie McCabe.
This match marks the midway point of the qualification campaign. A win here, and the Republic of Ireland will have 7 from their 4 matches. Of course, started with that 1-0 defeat against Sweden, the 2nd-ranked team in the world. The 2-1 win over Finland could well be the key result in the group. And then there was the match against Slovakia, which was certainly a setback, but it looks as though tonight is going to go according to plan for the Republic of Ireland, and they'll be back at it again in April. A trip to Sweden and then a trip to Georgia, home game against Finland before finishing up next September away in Slovakia. So 3 of the 4 games so far have been here in Tallaght, because they should have started their campaign actually away against Georgia, but that game was called off because of COVID. Ireland again with Denise O'Sullivan, first time to Zoo. Too much on that from O'Sullivan, might have been better off actually taking it on herself, but she's playing in a far more advanced role as well tonight.
Yeah, she's playing right up there. Herself and Lucy Quinn are in behind Kyra Carusa, and she's getting on the ball a lot more, and she's a very creative player as well. I know with her club for the last few years she's been playing more of a defensive midfielder, but initially she would have played more in that number 10 role for Ireland, and it's good to see her back up there, because she brings other players into play and can make a lot of opportunities.
Feels far more like a 3-4-2-1 tonight than a 5 at the back, because both Zoo and McCabe are camped inside the Georgian half. Lucy Quinn of Birmingham City, again trying to help O'Sullivan in supporting Carusa, just plays it off the Georgian defender, and now there's a bit of space for Roisha Littlejohn of Aston Villa. Very experienced midfielder, gives it to Megan Connolly, and she helps it on to Diane Caldwell, who strides into the Georgian half of the pitch. Little ball out to the left-hand side to McCabe, who decides to go back towards the halfway line, but real confidence in Ireland when they have possession of the ball, stroking it around comfortably and committing plenty of players forward. Here is Littlejohn, and now Niamh Fahey is the one who steps well into the Georgian half of the field. Goes back to Wicklow's Louise Quinn, and then it comes to Megan Connolly, and out to this side to Jessica Zoo. First time back then to Fahey. O'Sullivan wanted to play short to the edge of the area. Fahey instead rolls it into the middle and spots Connolly in space, 30 yards out. Now it's Quinn, however it's a loose ball from Lucy Quinn out to the left hand side to McCabe. Georgia win it back, and Courtney Brosnan comes 40 yards from her goal, gave an almighty shout for Louise Quinn to say leave it to me, and rolls it out to the left hand side. Probably no real need there for Courtney Brosnan to come out, but maybe just trying to warm herself up.
Yeah, she's probably just trying to stay involved in the game, and trying to stay concentrated in on that. But yeah, I mean, there was plenty of cover there. I don't know if we really needed that. Just up until that last pass went a bit astray by Lucy Quinn, we'd kept possession really well, and it's good to see it moving over across, just keeping calm, getting the ball moving the Georgians from side to side, and being patient, looking for those opportunities. I think at one stage there, the Georgian backline, there was about 6 of them in a line, so they were retreating back into a more defensive state.
The Slovakian resistance has been broken by Sweden. They now lead by 3-0 in the other game in this group. There is 20 minutes remaining in that one. And if you're just joining us on Off the Ball on this Tuesday evening, it is the Republic of Ireland 2, Georgia 0, 26 minutes gone here at Tallaght Stadium. Ireland in front through an own goal from Michael Bebbia on 3 minutes, and then Kira Carusa's first international goal on 20 minutes. And Ireland have been utterly dominant in this goal, and now they come again with Lucy Quinn, round one challenge on the halfway line, plays it out to the left-hand side, and yet again doesn't find Katie McCabe. A poor ball from Lucy Quinn, who's looking comfortable in possession, but her distribution hasn't really been of the desired quality so far.
Yeah, that was just another wayward pass there. She'd done well initially. She drove at the Georgian defender, but just, you know, she wasn't really under too much pressure, and it was more of an unforced error there, hitting it out of the sideline.
So throw in over in front of the two technical areas and the main stand, and a large crowd over there who are, well, just avoiding the front 3 or 4 rows, because that is where the rain is teeming down. Or has it just stopped? Maybe it's not quite torrential. I'm not always this obsessed with the weather. It's just bloody horrific.
It looks like it's calmed down a little bit, but we can still hear that wind.
Niamh Fahey, of course, of good sporting heritage. Her brother Gary was the last Galway man to lift Sam Maguire. Now here's Denise O'Sullivan. Gives it back to Littlejohn, 25 yards out, takes the shot on, but drills it over the top of the crossbar. And definitely opportunities for the Republic of Ireland in that area of the pitch. They're totally dominating the midfield at the moment. Just a little bit too much on that from Littlejohn.
Yeah, she just didn't catch it like she'd like to. Just wasn't able to keep it on target. But that sort of area is well within her range.
So goal kick to Georgia. Ireland pressing up. The Georgians going to go long, drill down towards the halfway line, straight back to Littlejohn, and she gives it to Connolly, wins the 50-50. On to Lucy Quinn down this right hand side, and she helps it on then to Zoo into the area. First touch is a tad heavy, and that allows the Georgian defender to come across quickly and smash it out of play for a throw in down this right hand side.
Yeah, she just took it past that first player, but not sure if she saw the second coming in behind.
Cross from the right hand side, and the header is won and not collected first time. It was Katie McCabe's header from the edge of the area. She got as much power into it as she could, but didn't really trouble the Georgian keeper, who, let's be honest, hasn't been totally convincing so far. And they have no real plan from getting it out from the back, Georgia, except just get rid of it as far as possible. Carusa just behind O'Sullivan, there from McCabe inside the area. McCabe takes a touch, forced wide, might still be there for Denise O'Sullivan, edge of the 6-yard box, cleared by Georgia. And again, Georgia all at sea at the back as Ireland broke forward quickly. Katie McCabe just forced slightly wide with her first touch, but did the right thing, pulled it back to the edge of the 6-yard box. Denise O'Sullivan, though, had made a run in already, and then coming into the back post, Jessica Zoo couldn't get there either. But there's plenty more goals to come for Ireland, you feel, in this one.
Yeah, that was a lovely passage again with Kira Carusa driving forward. Hit a lovely ball into Katie McCabe. Denise just stepped over it, and the three of them got into the box. It's good to see Ireland attacking with numbers there and getting so many people up around the area as well. But there's definitely many more goals in this for us.
Now Ireland with the ball back inside their own half. Niamh Fahey rolls it to Connolly. Can't quite pick out O'Sullivan this time. A desperate lunge to win the ball back for Georgia in the middle of the pitch. But again, O'Sullivan goes off in pursuit, and it's won back. And it looked as though it was won back. There was a major dive in there by the Georgian player. The Irish were looking for a free kick, but Denise O'Sullivan looks a player transformed. I guess we do have to take into account the quality of the opposition. Georgia are ranked 123rd in the world, 90 places behind Ireland, so a big difference in quality. But here they come again. O'Sullivan on the left hand side of the area goes to ground, just fell over than any real pressure, and then inadvertently brought down the Georgian defender, which gives the Georgians a free kick just on the right hand side of their own penalty area.
Yeah, we're getting a lot more joy in that midfield. We're definitely dominating that area today. I think that was probably an area where the team may have looked to work on. We didn't really get on the ball enough or dominate that area against Slovakia. So I think, Megan, Rushi and Denise are doing great work in there and getting the attack started. I'm
sure Heather Payne desperately didn't want to go back to America to college, but she had no choice, and it's given Kira Carusa her opportunity tonight, and she's got her first ever international goal. Born in San Diego, playing her club football and playing Champions League football in Denmark with Kogi. Qualifies for the Republic of Ireland through her Irish grandparents, and making the most of her opportunity this evening.
Yeah, definitely. I think, Heather's done a huge amount of work, Heather Payne, in the last few games. She's a thankless roller there at times, and I suppose today would have been probably a day she'd have gotten more on the ball and gotten a few more chances. But Kira Carusa has been very good and has really has started very well here. She's been playing a very high level in Denmark. She scored a huge amount, about 17 goals last year. She's had a number this year. She's the captain of her team in Denmark, and they're doing very well in the Danish Championship. So she's got a lot of experience playing at a high level.
And Jessica Zhu is just starting out on her road down the right hand side, pulls it back to Lucy Quinn, one of many Irish players, part of the Birmingham City team, who are struggling down the bottom of the WSL. It'll be something we'll be keeping a close eye on, because there's a few issues at the club at the moment, and a lot of Irish players have taken their chance over there. There's Denise O'Sullivan, back to Zhu. Can't squeeze the ball back down this right hand side to O'Sullivan, but O'Sullivan with the strength of the shoulder to just win it back. Releases Zhu, edge of the area, cleared by Georgian, deflects off Jessica Zhu, but well, that was quite the power play from Denise O'Sullivan. Maybe more at home at Porky Queeve there.
Yeah, Denise is a lot stronger than she looks at times. Some people might underestimate her because she's quite slight, but you wouldn't push her off the ball easily, and she's able to throw her weight around.
She's been outstanding so far.
Yeah.
And the referee blows her whistle once again. Free kick to Georgia this time. And while we're waiting for that free kick to be taken inside their own half, let's get the team news from Leeds United against Crystal Palace. That one gets underway at 8:15. Peter Smith is at Elland Road.
Both managers make 3 changes to their weekend selections. For Leeds, Struick, Click and Roberts are restored, dropping to the bench Firpo, Harrison and Rodrigo. For Palace, returning are Schlupp, Ayew and Edouard, with Milivojevic, Elise and Benteke named amongst the substitutes. At Elland Road, it's Leeds United against Crystal Palace.
Yeah, so that one gets underway at 8:15. The first game of the day is just underway in the Premier League. That one is between Newcastle and Norwich, and that one remains scoreless with just 5 minutes gone. We'll keep you up to date with both those games throughout the evening. We're here till 10 o'clock tonight. Georgia had a rare attack, and again it ends with a Georgian player ending up injured, so another break in play, and the Irish sprint across to their manager Vera Powell and his assistant Tom Elms for a little bit of advice, but by and large they'll be very happy with how the opening half an hour or so of this game has gone, with the Republic of Ireland leading by 2-0. If anything, they'll just be disappointed it's not 4 or 5.
Yeah, I think we've dominated possession, we've made lots of chances, we've limited Georgia to no real chances and very little play in their attacking half, and like you said, we've scored 2 goals. We could have more, but I think it's all positives at the moment.
The Irish players just getting into a little bit of a huddle. Katie McCabe and Louise Quinn taking charge. 13 years since Louise Quinn made her Irish debut.
Yeah, you've a vastly experienced backline there with Louise Quinn, Niamh Fahey and Diane Caldwell. So they've lots of experience in qualifying campaigns, lots of experience in these sort of games.
And all 3 of them in their 30s, and Diane Caldwell the least international experience with just the 85 caps, and she would have had many more. I think there was maybe a little bit of a falling out with Noel King at one stage that may have ended up costing her a few, but back starting for Ireland tonight, and I suspect loving it out there, because every time she gets on the ball there's a little bit of space to get into the opposition half.
Yeah, they haven't been put under any real pressure back there.
So we are back underway again. Sullivan tries to spin in the middle of midfield, loses possession of the ball though. And while 2 goals is comfortable, 3 really ends the game as a contest, and Ireland would love that 3rd goal, because if Georgia managed to create an opportunity in these conditions, a shot from distance can cause problems, suddenly you can become a little bit nervous, but there's been no sign of that at all so far with 36 minutes gone. Conditions have definitely improved since the game started as well. And here is Louise Quinn. And out she goes to Diane Caldwell. And back to Quinn, who is 5-6 yards inside the Georgian half, and she's the deepest lying Irish player, which shows just how committed to pushing forward these Irish players are. Caldwell to O'Sullivan and releases McCabe on the left hand side of the air in towards Carusa, behind Carusa, but it's a third goal for the Republic of Ireland, and Lucy Quinn applies the finish. 10 yards out, low left footed shot, nothing the keeper could do due to the pace of the cross from Katie McCabe, who is the provider once again. And there is that third goal that surely does earn all 3 points for the Republic of Ireland, and with 36 minutes gone, but it couldn't have gone any better. Lucy Quinn, 5th cap, first goal, and Ireland leads by 3-0.
Yeah, that was a lovely passage of play again, being patient with the ball, moving it back and forth, moving the Georgian side to side. Then a lovely ball from Denise O'Sullivan into Katie McCabe. She drilled it across, and it was a really fantastic first time finish by Lucy Quinn with her left foot. So that was, that shows how we can play and how we can get on the ball and make these opportunities. And I think Katie McCabe, she has records for her amount of assists, and you can see why.
Yeah, new addition to the squad. Lucy Quinn only made her debut against Australia. She may well claim she scored a goal in that game. I think it was officially recorded as an own goal, but there's no doubt about it tonight. Lucy Quinn has her goal in green, and it gives the girls in green a 3-goal cushion, and we haven't even reached half time. O'Sullivan again to McCabe, first time in towards Carusa. Carusa had held her run though. McCabe couldn't find her this time, but it was the pace of that cross, that low cross from Katie McCabe, that the Georgians just couldn't deal with. There was Irish players lining up in there, and it came all the way to this near side, the Irish right, and then the low left-footed shot. Didn't need any power to it at all, Lucy Quinn. And Ireland full value for their 3-goal lead in this first half.
Yeah, and Ireland are playing with a lot of confidence now. You can see it on the ball. They're looking up, they're looking to make things happen, they're looking for through balls.
Little John, and on the edge of the area is Carusa. Finn goes back, and now it's Connolly to O'Sullivan, left hand angle of the area. Looked like her heels were just clipped, and they are, and it'll be a free kick to the Republic of Ireland just outside the penalty area. And Katie McCabe rushes across and says, let's all calm down, maybe I might have another go. But this is a very similar position to where Megan Connolly scored her free kick against Finland last month, and I think this time Megan Connolly is the one who's grabbing the ball.
Yeah, I think Megan Connolly would be confident with their chances from here. She's very good on dead balls, and she showed that in the goal, with the goal against Finland. So we'll see. They might switch it up. Herself and Katie McCabe are standing over it again.
The Georgians are going to have to make a change. That injury actually looks quite a serious one. One of the Georgian players down to our left hand side is going to be stretchered off, and they will make a change in a moment, but they've conceded 1 while down to 10. They may end up conceding another. 5 minutes to go until half time. It is Megan Connolly and Katie McCabe standing over this. It's more or less 25 yards out, just to the left of centre. 4 Georgians in the wall. Who will it be? The referee just making sure that they're the 10 yards back. Ireland with the wind behind them, and it is Connolly who steps up and didn't really get enough pace on that to threaten the Georgian goal, and it just floats over the top of the crossbar.
Oh, she'll probably be a little bit disappointed on that, with that not to hit the target, or not to make the keeper work.
She might only get one chance with Katie McCabe around as well.
Yeah. you don't want to give up that chance. This change is coming now.
So the change is happening for Georgia, and coming on is Annie Zadua, and Pasikiashvili is the player who picked up the injury, and hopefully it's not as serious as it looked, as she was stretchered off the pitch. But here come Ireland again, and Katie McCabe, who's exactly where the Irish fans want to see her, up on that left hand side. Hasn't had much of a defensive job to do. This time the cross is straight to a red Georgie in jersey, and playing it out inside their own half and playing it nicely through the Irish players, but then it's just nicked away in midfield by Connolly. She gives it to Zoo, who has space and is taken down, and it's a very, very clumsy challenge. Ireland would have been away down the right hand side. It's a yellow card that the referee goes back for Cheminava, but actually Lucy Quinn was in acres of space if the referee had just allowed play to continue, and I think that's what Rusha Littlejohn is saying to the Lithuanian referee, just let it go. It was a bad tackle.
Yeah, it was a late challenge there on Jessica Zhu, but she had put a nice ball through for Lucy Quinn, but Jessica's straight back up on her feet now, so it looks like she's okay.
And the result is a free kick to Ireland, just down below our commentary position here in the East Stand at Tallaght Stadium, and it'll be Niamh Fahey who will take this. So Georgia with everyone back behind the ball. Fahey goes back to Quinn, and on it goes to Littlejohn. She turns back again to Louise Quinn, who's right inside the centre circle, and rolls it to Caldwell, and forward to her club teammate O'Sullivan, who gives it first time back to McCabe. McCabe drills a wonderful ball along the ground to the right hand side for Zeus, who will keep it in play down by the byline. Support comes from Fahey. Fahey steps inside, little ball to Zeus again. Back it comes to McCabe on the right hand side. Now it's Denise O'Sullivan trying to squeeze her way through inside the area. Ireland still holding on to possession as it comes out again to Fahey. She returns the pass to Zeus. Zeus might go back to Fahey again. Instead she gives it to Katie McCabe. Through to Sullivan, who again tries to twist inside the area. Might open up for Carusa. Angles tight. Takes it on at the near post, and it's turned behind for a corner kick by Sutidza. But really strong play from the Republic of Ireland inside the final third, retaining possession, trying to create a little bit of magic. Didn't quite come off this time, but you can see they're playing with real confidence now.
Yeah, that was really nice interplay there, kind of all across the pitch and over to the right side there with Jessica Zhu and Denise O'Sullivan and Katie McCabe with a few nice passes, and then Ciara Carusa did well to get a turn and shot on, but won a corner out of it.
So the corner kick down to the right hand side. Ireland got a goal the last time they had a corner kick down this side, and again it is Katie McCabe, and the wind seems to be driving down that direction. McCabe again powers it towards the back post, and Louise Quinn was running at full speed towards it, but before she could get there, it's headed over her own crossbar by the Georgian defender. So Ireland will get another opportunity, and Katie McCabe is saying, I ain't going over the other side, and she'll have another chance on this side of the pitch. Ireland have pushed 8 players in and around the Georgian penalty area, Quinn, Fahey and Caldwell amongst them.
Yeah, the entire Georgian team is back in the box now.
And the referee just having a word with Diane Caldwell, who is involved in a little bit of pushing and shoving, but 5 Irish players lined up on the Georgian goal line for this corner kick from Katie McCabe. Final minute of the first half, Ireland leading 3-0. McCabe sends it in, and it's headed inches over the top of the crossbar. So close for a potential 4th goal. It was Megan Connolly who got up highest, just a couple of yards out, but just couldn't twist her neck enough to get it goal bound, and it goes over the top of the crossbar, and it stays 3-0 to Ireland.
Yeah, she just couldn't keep it down there, just couldn't get up high enough to get it down, but she did well to get a good head on it, and it was just over the bar. But a great ball in again from Katie McCabe.
Vera Powell with a big smile on her face over on the far side of the pitch. It's been as straightforward a win as she's had since taking over as Republic of Ireland manager. 3-goal cushion as we head towards half time. Georgia send it long. It's a mistake from Niamh Fahey, and they may have an opportunity now as we head towards the break. Ciconia takes a shot. It's a decent effort as well, trying to bend it in from 20 yards out, but just whips it straight into the arms of Courtney Brosnan. It was the right idea. You can see what she was trying to do. And just a reminder, well, maybe not in the overall grand scheme of the game, but just a reminder for Ireland that they need to keep their focus, because it was a sloppy error from Fahey.
Yeah, you know, and it is a reminder really. The Georgian attack, they are quick, and they will pounce on errors if there's anything back there, so you don't want to give them a sniff, you don't want to give them a chance.
3 minutes of injury time at the end of this first half for the various stoppages for treatment for the Georgian players. And Katie McCabe stands up and, like the quarterback, throws it across the field. You still see as the ball bounced down from the Georgian header, the surface water in Tallaght. Ireland in possession. Niamh Fahey midway inside the Georgian half. Short little lateral ball to Littlejohn. She helps it on to Connolly. It's opened up in front of Megan Connolly. Tries to pick out the pass for Philip Cork woman Denise O'Sullivan. Doesn't come off this time, but Connolly will get another chance. Little slide rule ball through to Lucy Quinn, who tries to whip one in behind, but too close to the goalkeeper as Carusa was trying to check in. Again, the Georgian keeper couldn't claim it first time.
Yeah, it was a nice idea there by Lucy Quinn. Ciara Carusa was making the run in, and she was just trying to get that gap in between the keeper and the defence. But it was just a little bit too close to the goalkeeper.
Sweden still leading Slovakia 3-0 in their game. That one's in the final second, so it'll be 4 wins from 4 from the Swedes, who, well, as everyone expected at the outset of this qualification campaign, are well on course to take that one automatic spot. It's all about that playoff spot for the Republic of Ireland, and midway point of this group stage, they're going to be in second place, which is exactly where they need to be. And looking for a 4th goal before half-time. Can Zoo get it? Brings it to the edge of the area. In it goes then to Carusa, out to the right-hand side again. Round 1 challenge. Drilled, pulled back towards Carusa again from Lucy Quinn, but a desperate sliding tackle manages to clear the danger for Georgia, but Niamh Fahey is strong in the challenge. In it goes to Connolly, who's orchestrating things for Ireland in the middle of midfield, alongside Littlejohn, and then they go back to Diane Caldwell. Towards Denise O'Sullivan, just got caught in her heels a little bit there. O'Sullivan allows Georgia to clear up towards the halfway line. Into the final minute of injury time at the end of this first half. And again, there's an Irish player in space down this right-hand touchline. Lucy Quinn towards the near post, bounces across the 6-yard box. Denise O'Sullivan can't get any power on her header, and an acrobatic clearance by the Georgian defender. And really, as we head for half-time, the only question at half-time is how many more will Ireland score in the second half?
Yeah, it's just wave after wave of Ireland attack at the moment.
McCabe, I'm going to say, such an intelligent footballer. She's played everything low along the ground underneath the wind. Every single pass is a drilled low pass to feet. Now Littlejohn bringing it into the area, across towards O'Sullivan, and Ireland have got their 4th, and Denise O'Sullivan gets her 14th international goal, side-footing it in from 8 yards out. Ruisha Littlejohn with the driving run into the penalty area and picked out the perfect pass low across to the onrushing O'Sullivan. She's been outstanding in this opening 45 minutes, and she and Ireland have got the reward with her goal and Ireland's 4th, and that the final kick of a perfect first half for the girls in green. The half-time whistle has gone in Tallaght Stadium. The Republic of Ireland 4, Georgia 0.
Football on Off the Ball.
With Sky. Come on, you girls in green. Good luck to the Ireland women's football team in their upcoming World Cup qualifiers.
Lunchtime Live.
What about the virtual sex? That's going to become fairly realistic.
I was going to say, I have actually tried the virtual reality sex headset. They are very, very realistic.
Right.
So I have to say, it's very, very interesting. It's very interesting technology.
Lunchtime Live with Andrea Gilligan.
Brought to you by Avant Money.
Weekdays at midday on News Talk.
It's been a mad year, but every year deserves a Christmas. And at Dunnes Stores, we know Santa is still on his way. So break out Mum's signature stuffing recipe. Get some turkey carving tips from Dad. And deck the whole family out in matching festive PJs. Yes, the whole family. This year needs Christmas like never before. Make it magical with Dunnes Stores. Dunnes Stores. Make Christmas for everyone. Visit dunnesstores.com.
This is Eamon Coughlin for Goal. Millions of children fleeing conflict will spend Christmas far from home. Cold, hungry, scared and alone. They're existing on the very edge of life. This year, their need is more urgent than ever. Goal staff on the ground are providing urgent supplies. So now I'm asking you to support families in places like South Sudan and Syria. Please make a Christmas donation now at goal.ie. That's goal.ie. Thank you.
When my business grows up, I want it to be big and strong. There'll be hurdles along the way, but with the right payments partner, I'll grow a little
every day, until before I know it, my little business will be all grown up. Elevon. Grow into the business you want to be. Check out our offers on elevon.ie. Elevon Financial Services DAC Trading as Elevon Merchant Services is regulated by the Central Bank of Ireland.
Treat your loved ones to a sustainable hotel experience with an Ivy Garden Hotel gift card this holiday season. An exquisite urban oasis at the heart of Dublin City. Enjoy exceptional dining and luxury accommodation just minutes from Stephen's Green. Visit ivygardenhotel.ie for more. Think green. Think Ivy Garden Hotel.
This Christmas, give the gift of books from Eason, with something for everyone, like astronaut Chris Hadfield's space thriller The Apollo Murders. Fascinating historical insights in Valerie Cox's Independence Memories. Kids will love Daughter of the Deep from Percy Jackson creator Rick Riordan, and Adam Kay's educational, entertaining Marvellous Medicine. That's Christmas gifts bringing us together again at Eason, in-store and online.
In the 10th century, the Vikings chose Waterford as the best place to live in Ireland for its trading potential. And in 2021, the Irish Times has chosen Waterford as the best place to live in Ireland for a whole lot more. Like its affordability, friendliness and vibrancy. The fact that it's the perfect size, neither too small or too big. Its easy access to the countryside, mountains and sea. Its rich history and culture. And as a place transforming day by day, Ireland's oldest city has never been more ready for modern Ireland living. Visit waterford2040.com for more.
Make your home a Christmas wonderland with seasonal savings at Woodies. There's up to 50% off everything for Christmas. That's trees, lights and decorations for less. But hurry, offers only while stocks last. Shop in-store, online or with click and collect. Woodies, we're all homemakers. T's and C's and exclusions apply.
Football on Off the Ball.
With Sky. Come on, you girls in green. Good luck to the Ireland women's football team in their upcoming World Cup qualifiers.
Cross from the left, it flashes across and it's in the back of the net. It's an own goal. 3.5 minutes gone and the Republic of Ireland are in front already. And Katie McCabe was the one who did the damage down the left-hand side. Fizzed the ball in at real pace. A couple of Irish players tried to get on the end of it, but it was Maiko Babia facing her own goal who turned it in to the bottom corner towards Louise Quinn, who wins the header, and it's helped in to the back of the net, and the Republic of Ireland have got their second goal. 20 minutes gone and Ireland lead by 2-0, and it's her first goal for her country. For Ciara Carusa, Louise Quinn with the header, back-pedalling from McCabe's corner, but she sent it goal-bound, and this time Carusa did get the little flick, which turned it goal-bound, and Ireland now have a 2-goal advantage. Caldwell to O'Sullivan and releases McCabe on the left-hand side of the air, in towards Carusa, behind Carusa, but it's a third goal for the Republic of Ireland, and Lucy Quinn applies the finish. 10 yards out, low left-footed shot. Nothing the keeper could do due to the pace of the cross from Katie McCabe, who is the provider once again. And there is that third goal that surely does earn all 3 points for the Republic of Ireland. And with 36 minutes gone, but it couldn't have gone any better. Lucy Quinn, 5th cap, first goal, and Ireland leads by 3-0. Now Littlejohn bringing it into the area, across towards O'Sullivan, and Ireland have got their 4th. And Denise O'Sullivan gets her 14th international goal. Yeah, formidable first half performance from the Republic of Ireland, who lead Georgia by 4-0 in their World Cup qualifier. Ireland, right from the start, real aggressive attacking performance, taking the game to the Georgians, got that early goal and have dominated throughout. In fact, 4-0, it could really be 6 or 7 at half-time, and one of those half-time breaks where you're looking at the record books to see just what the Republic of Ireland could achieve in the second half. Dora Gorman is alongside me. Georgia, we knew, were coming in as the weakest side in the group. They are ranked far lower than the Republic of Ireland, but they have kept it tight against Sweden, against Finland, against Slovakia, and Ireland dealt a confidence blow last time out against Slovakia. Terrible conditions, but none of that really mattered. They've gone and really shown their quality this evening.
Yeah, it's been a really dominant performance from Ireland, and you know it's what we needed and what Ireland needed to get over that game against Slovakia. And Georgia, they have made it tough for other teams. You know, they've held tight. They haven't conceded too many goals in the last few games. Like you said, they've had big defeats in previous qualifying campaigns, up to 14-0, but 4-0, 3-0 and 2-0 against Sweden, Finland and Slovakia has shown that they have tightened up in defence. But Ireland are playing with real confidence, you know, and I think we're getting a lot of players on the ball in midfield. We're switching the play. We're getting Katie McCabe and Jessica Zhu further up the pitch. We're getting bodies in the box. We're putting in really, really good balls into when we get past that last defender along the end line as well. We're putting in great balls back and creating chances. So, you know, I think it's been a really positive performance, and we can carry this on into the second half now. We have to take into account the quality of Georgia and as an opposition, but I think all things considered, it's been really, really positive.
One of the real frustrations of Thursday night was that Ireland couldn't get Denise O'Sullivan involved enough. When they did get her involved in an attacking area, she set up the equaliser for Katie McCabe. They haven't had that issue at all today. she's been absolutely everywhere, being the creative force that we know she can be, but also physically right up for this. Just down below us, there was a Junior C style shoulder into the Georgian player, which she didn't see coming and had to be sort of cut out of the ground afterwards, and Denise Sullivan is right up for this. And also, it seems really helped by Risha Littlejohn's introduction to midfield. They've had a real good balance in there.
Yeah, I think Denise is getting in between the lines, she's getting on the ball, she's bringing into play the players around her. She's moving the ball quickly, she's turning, she's looking for those through balls, she's looking out to Katie McCabe and Jessica Zhu, and then like you said, Risha Littlejohn's very experienced, she's a very good ball player, and having her in there alongside Megan Connolly, they're both dominating in that in that midfield position. So I think Denise O'Sullivan has been crucial, and the midfield as a whole are really hunting in packs, and when they do lose possession, they're not letting Georgia get a foothold in the game, and they're winning it back. So I think that's been really the foothold that has Ireland have been able to work their attack from.
Ciara Caruso making her first competitive start for Ireland tonight, got her goal, has buzzed around up top, given the opportunity with Heather Payne having to go back to the USA, and she's taken her chance. Yeah, she's done really well. We know she can score goals, and she just needed the opportunity to get on the pitch and to get a start and to gel with the team. And she's gelling really well with the team and with them. She's making nice runs. She's bringing other players into play as well. And we can see that she can finish and she can get a poacher's goal with that header. So, Heather Payne has been excellent this year. Ciara Caruso brings something different, and she's been really good, and she's really taken her opportunity, so she'll be happy with that first half. In the other game in the group, Sweden have beaten Slovakia by 3-0. They, you expect, will go on and top this group. This match marks the halfway stage of the Republic of Ireland's qualification campaign. This victory will mean they head into 2022 second in the group and in that crucial playoff spot. In the Premier League, it's scoreless between Newcastle and Norwich, heading for the half-hour mark at St James's Park. But Irish defender Kieran Clark sent off after just 9 minutes of that game for bottom of the table Newcastle against third from bottom Norwich. Leeds against Crystal Palace gets underway in around about 15 minutes time. We'll keep you up to date with them all the way through until 10 o'clock with the football show. But second half commentary, 9 is the record for the Republic of Ireland. They got it in their sights against Georgia in the second period. Commentary to come right here on Off the Ball.
Football on Off the Ball.
With Sky. Come on, you girls in green. Good luck to the Ireland women's football team in their upcoming World Cup qualifiers.
Could your home do with a bit of TLC in time for Christmas? Flanagan Kearns have a huge range of beautiful sofas, tables, beds and a stunning range of mirrors, pictures, lamps, occasional furniture, ornaments and gifts, all in store and available for delivery before Christmas. And don't forget our Christmas shop. We'll also recycle your replaced bed or mattress free of charge. Flanagan Kearns, Bray Retail Park, Southern Cross, Bray, exit 7 off the N11. See special offers on flanagankearns.ie. Flanagan Kearns, furniture for life.
Things are deteriorating quickly here in DRC. It's now the biggest hunger crisis the world has ever seen, and 3.4 million children are on the brink of survival. Concerned staff are working around the clock, but we desperately need more supplies. Your gift will save lives. Visit concern.net and send life-saving food today. Thank you.
When you think confident, you always make the right choice. And when you choose a 221 Volkswagen, you can drive confident. Discover the new Tiguan, the iconic Golf, and the all-electric ID3 and ID4 models. Think confident and drive confident, with PCP finance starting from 1.9% APR. Search Volkswagen 221. Finance provided by way of hire purchase agreement from Volkswagen Financial Services Ireland and subject to lending criteria. Terms and conditions apply. Visit volkswagen.ie/221 for further information. Volkswagen.
Start something at UCD Professional Academy. Start expanding your skills with a choice of over 40 short, sharp professional courses. From leadership, people and project management to data analytics, coding and cybersecurity. Start with flexible study options to fit around your busy life and start feeling empowered and inspired to take on your next challenge. Search UCD Professional Academy to learn about special offers on our January programs. UCD Professional Academy. Never stop progressing.
Before we had Halo Care, Mum fell going up the stairs and she lay there till her carer found her the next morning. But now, with Halo Care's smart sensors installed, they know if something happens, like if she falls, leaves the front door open or forgets to take her medication, she's happy. She can live her normal life in her own home, and we know the specialists are looking out for her 24/7. Halo Care empowers loved ones to live safer, healthier and more connected lives through supportive technology. Find out more at halocaregroup.com.
Looking for new ways to reward your staff and customers this Christmas? Then surprise them with a Lidl corporate gift card. Use on everyday essentials, middle aisle specials and treats from our Christmas deluxe range. Plus, if you spend over €3,000, you'll get a big discount on your cards. Contact our corporate gift team at lidl.ie/corporate gift cards.
Get 5% off VHI First Care plans and unlock a wide range of healthcare services when you buy online and start your policy between November 25th, 2021 and March 31st, 2022. Search VHI 5% to join today. Terms and conditions apply. VHI Healthcare DAC trading as VHI Healthcare is regulated by the Central Bank of Ireland.
Football on Off the Ball.
With Sky. Come on, you girls in green. Good luck to the Ireland women's football team in their upcoming World Cup qualifiers.
Well, they ain't going to need any luck tonight, I think, the Republic of Ireland team, because they lead Georgia by 4-0 at half-time here in Tallaght. It has been an utterly dominant performance from the Republic of Ireland in that first half. An own goal got them underway after just 3 minutes. Then there was a first international goal for Ciara Carusa, a first international goal for Lucy Quinn, and a 14th international goal for the brilliant Denise O'Sullivan with the very last kick of that first half. The Irish squad out early again. I think Vera Pauw, unsurprisingly, as we know, doesn't mince her words at half-time. They never spend too long in that dressing room, and they're into a huddle, as much for motivation as for warmth, I suspect, at the start of the second half. They'll play down towards the stand down to our left-hand side, the south stand here in Tallaght Stadium. The rain has stopped, the wind has died down a little bit, and it's turned out to be not a bad old evening, and result-wise it is exactly what Ireland needed. We didn't expect them to slip up tonight, but you just never know, considering the conditions, what can happen. But they've gone about their job in a very, very professional way, and they can go and really enjoy themselves now, you feel, in this second half as well, and add a few more goals. A 9-0 against Montenegro in 2016, the Republic of Ireland's record win. They had a 9-0 against Malta in 2003 as well.
Yeah, I think if they continue like they finished the first half, there's no reason to not see 5 or 6 goals in this second half. I think more of the same, and to keep pushing on for this second half.
A couple of hat-tricks for a couple of Peamount players in that game against Montenegro. Stephanie Roach, who's seated just a couple of rows down from us, and Dora Gorman both got hat-tricks that night. So that's the aim. That's the stated aim for this second half. And we are underway at the start of the second half. And again, Ireland are on the attack. Of course, at home in green, white shorts and green socks. The Georgians all in red. Republic of Ireland unchanged for this second half. Courtney Brosnan is in goal. Hasn't had much to do, no saves to make. Had one excursion about 50 yards out of her penalty area, just to maybe warm up a little bit and get involved in the game. The back three is probably as an experience the back three you'll get in international football. Niamh Fahey, Louise Quinn and Diane Caldwell. Jessica Zhu and Katie McCabe, you couldn't say are playing as wing backs, they're basically just playing as wingers. Megan Connolly and Risha Littlejohn in the middle of midfield, then Denise O'Sullivan and Lucy Quinn slightly more advanced than them, and it is Ciara Carusa, the 26-year-old who's got her goal and her 4th cap, who is leading the line. Megan Connolly had a really strong game in the heart of that Irish midfield. Spots Zhu out on the right hand side, who's loving her first start in a green jersey and really making an impact over in that right hand side, the Shelburne player. Niamh Fahey floats one over the top, might come to Katie McCabe, is there for Katie McCabe, but the keeper saves at close range. Calamity of errors at the back from Georgia. It was just a little ball floated into the area from Niamh Fahey. 2 Georgian players should have dealt with it. They didn't. It fell to Katie McCabe in a similar spot to where she scored on Thursday night, but the keeper realised the danger and was right on top of Katie McCabe and managed to save at close range and turn it behind for a corner kick.
Yeah, the keeper did well there to get out quickly and just close down Katie McCabe and close down the angle for the shot, but a corner coming in now.
McCabe drills it right the way out of the penalty area, out for Quinn, who sends it back in. Comes off the back of a Georgian player. The clearance only as far as Denise O'Sullivan. She takes the shot on. Oh, and it's inches away from going in the top left-hand corner. I think the keeper caught a touch on that. It's a stunning save. Denise O'Sullivan was already off celebrating. Katie McCabe had her arms in the air. It looked destined for the top corner, and that is a sensational stop from the Georgian keeper twice in the opening 2 minutes of this second half to deny Ireland a 5th goal.
Yeah, that's a number of good saves there in a row. A bit more confidence than from the first half there.
Oh, Megan Connolly with the ball to the near post, almost ends up scoring. But I thought it was Pound behind for a corner kick. The referee seems to suggest maybe it hit the post. And there's a problem again, is there, for the Georgian goalkeeper. Well, that was an outstanding save. Denise O'Sullivan, it was set up beautifully on the edge of the area, right-footed, curling effort towards that far top corner, and at full stretch, Sukashvili in the Georgian goal keeps it at a 4-0 game.
Yeah, I think everyone thought that one was in. And Megan Connolly had done really well there at the beginning of the second half there. She's just getting on the ball in those positions, and she's keeping it well and turning it out. And
a foul given away by Ciconia, the Georgian captain, for a bit of wrestling Diane Caldwell to the ground. Free kick to Ireland just outside their own area and taken quickly, and over it goes to Niamh Fahy. Again, so much space in the middle of midfield for Connolly, and along the ground it comes to McCabe. McCabe sizes up the cross, sends it to the back post. Quinn with the header into the danger area. O'Sullivan can't get it under control. Another missed kick at the back, straight out to Katie McCabe at the edge of the area, drills it low back in, and it's desperate defending from Georgia, who are all over the shop at the back at the moment, and cleared out of play for a throw in on this near side.
Yeah, they've been flailing at a few balls that have gone in there. They don't look very comfortable when the ball's been put in the box.
Throw in taken by McCabe to Denise O'Sullivan, who gets there ahead of her marker down by the corner flag to our left hand side. Decent crowd in Tallaght this evening despite the pre-game conditions. Over 4,000 tickets sold pre-game. Little ball in towards O'Sullivan, doesn't quite get to her, but out it comes to Little John midway inside the Georgian half, and out to the right she goes to Zhu, stepping inside. Little pass is blocked out to Little John again, and now Lucy Quinn trying to take on the Georgian full back over on the far side of the pitch, the Irish right. Zhu gets there and knocks it back to Little John, and now Connolly 25 yards out, drills it towards the near post and drills it slightly to the left and wide. Ireland have picked up where they left off. Georgia just can't get out of their own half.
Yeah, it's just as the first half was, working the ball across, keeping possession and getting these shooting opportunities, and Megan Connolly just dragged that a little bit left at the post and wide.
So, goal kick to Georgia. 5 minutes gone in the second half. It remains 4-0 to Ireland. Oh, that's a really nasty collision, and Louise Quinn got a right knock in the face there. There's a Georgian player down as well. She found herself suddenly sandwiched between two Georgian players. I think there was a nudge in the back from the attacking one, which sent Louise Quinn head first into the face of the Georgian player, and it looked like a really nasty collision. And I think they need to get someone on pretty quickly here to have a look at Louise Quinn, because it was right down below our commentary position, and straight away I think everybody was all winced.
Yeah, it was a very heavy collision. Oh yeah, she did just get caught between the two of them, and
I think maybe there was a little clip on the face. It was more just upper chest and neck.
Yeah.
And Louise Quinn is as tough as they come and is up, and eventually the physios have decided she needs a little bit of treatment. Well, actually no, it's the Georgian physios who are going to need the treatment, and Louise Quinn says, I'll be alright.
Yeah,
3 teeth gone, be grand.
Louise Quinn is back up on her feet now. She looks to be okay. It would take a lot to stop Louise Quinn. She's very tough. She's had a couple of, I think she had a broken nose and a few other things that she played with a mask before, so she seems to have brushed that one off.
Yeah, managed to get away without even a bloodied nose. I think it was one of those collisions you could easily have lost a couple of teeth. It was a real nasty coming together, but it looks as though both Quinn and Tsatseria, the Georgian, are okay to continue. Tsatseria is off the pitch at the moment, and we're back underway, and Louise Quinn has taken up her spot in the heart of that Irish defence. Diane Caldwell with a loose pass, but it deflects into her North Carolina Courage teammate Denise O'Sullivan, who plays it to Quinn out on the right hand side. Can't find Carusa, and cleared out of play for a throw in over on the Irish right. Thrown to the feet of O'Sullivan. Back it goes to Fahy. First time forward to Littlejohn. O'Sullivan can't quite get there. Connolly for once loses a 50-50, but it's picked up by Katie McCabe, who gets involved in the middle of the Georgian half, and back they go to start again with Quinn and Fahy. And Ireland happy to just stroke around and hold on to possession and maybe invite the Georgians out a little bit and try and get in behind. Zhu, cross from the right hand side, too much on it this time though, and straight into the 6-yard box and into the arms of Sukashvili, the Georgian goalkeeper.
Yeah, that was just too close to the goalkeeper there, and it gives Georgia a little bit of a breather, and it's been relentless from Ireland again with attack after attack.
Fahy wins the challenge. And Fahy, they're happy enough to make sure there's still a good Galway representation in this squad.
Of course. There's always a good Galway representation. You know, throughout the years, there's a good tradition of ladies soccer in Galway, and it's great to see it continuing.
Yeah, it does seem they've big things planned in Galway as well. Ruth Fahy gone in as CEO there.
Yeah.
And we saw just how good they could be on the final day of the season.
Oh, don't remind me, they were fantastic.
Ireland over on the right hand side. And you don't need reminding, you don't need to see Jessica Zhu. Her ball into the area was a really dangerous one. Katie McCabe was coming in at the back post, just couldn't get enough off the ground to get her head on it, and it comes all the way to this near side, and it'll be a throw in to, I thought it was going to be a throw into Georgia, but it looks as though it is going to be a throw into Georgia. Katie McCabe is just instructing the ball girl to throw it down by the corner flag, give us a couple of extra yards. So it'll be a throw into the visitors. 4-0, the heaviest defeat of their campaign so far against Sweden, and 4-0 down already here. And instead they've taken some big beatings over the years, but they had been getting better. Carusa's ball to O'Sullivan, edge of the area, little pass then to Quinn. She got caught in two minds and got dispossessed as well. Round one challenge goes the Georgian player Kiminava, but then she loses out and it's sent into the Georgian penalty area where both O'Sullivan and Carusa were, but there was too much pace on that ball and the chance goes again.
Yeah, the Georgian defence just snuffled out that chance with Lucy Quinn in the box, and she just hesitated a slight bit, and the chance was gone.
Still scoreless in the game between Newcastle and Norwich. It's very early in the season, but already seen as a bit of a relegation 6-pointer. And Newcastle down to 10 men, remember. Ireland international Kieran Clark sent off after just 9 minutes. Cross from the right, again doesn't find McCabe. It sense Katie McCabe is desperate for a goal.
Yeah, I think we saw what she could do from an attacking point with her finish as well against Slovakia, so she'll be hungry for more. She's really staying quite high up the pitch and attacking, and you know she's able to do that in this game, as we've been comfortable at the back with that three at the back.
One more will bring her level with Louise Quinn. She finds herself 2 behind Denise O'Sullivan. They're all a long way behind Olivia O'Toole's record of 54 international goals.
Yeah, it'll be a tough record to break, I think.
That is for sure. Fahy forward quickly to O'Sullivan. Tried the first time pass, didn't come off. Carusa onto the Georgian defender quickly, and again that little bit of pressure means they kick it straight back to Ireland in midfield. Zhu. Been pretty tidy from Jessica Zhu. Gotta remember she's still only 19, first international start.
Yeah, she's done very well. And she's been good on the ball, she's attacked well, and she's been comfortable. She's looked comfortable out there.
I can hear the atmosphere rising as Denise O'Sullivan again gets properly stuck in. The back heel and the skill is from the Georgian player from once. And the ball is back with Niamh Fahy again, and now it's Rusha Littlejohn. And plays it low along the ground to Katie McCabe on the left hand side. And Littlejohn has it again. Now it's Megan Connolly. Caldwell comes forward, midway inside the Georgian half, puts the hands up and wants to send the cross in deep towards Quinn, headed clear only as far as O'Sullivan, back to goal, lays it back to Niamh Fahey, urged to shoot, instead plays the little pass to Zoo. They almost end up running into each other. O'Sullivan has it, takes the shot on and bends a beauty, this time into the top corner. Nothing the keeper could do about it. It's a second goal for Denise O'Sullivan. It's a fabulous finish. It's Ireland 5, Georgia 0.
It's a beautiful finish by Denise O'Sullivan there. She just guided it into the far corner over the head of the goalkeeper, as cool as you like, and you know, that was a quality finish, and I'm delighted she deserves that second goal. I think Niamh Fahey was striding forward, getting into the box there too. I think she was looking to get on the end of something, but it was nice play, nice interplay, and a lovely finish.
It's a
lovely ball,
magnificent strike from Denise O'Sullivan. Niamh Fahey with the little toe poke. Ireland had kept it alive on the edge of the area with Fahey and Zoo, and then Denise O'Sullivan just whipped her right boot around it, one touch, picked out her spot in the top corner, and Saakashvili had made a stunning save earlier to deny Denise O'Sullivan. There was no stopping her this time, and she gets her second goal of the night to make it 5-0 with 58 minutes gone.
I don't think the goalkeeper was getting anywhere near that one. It was a lovely finish, and good to get us going with the goals in the second half.
Fahey, who might fancy a goal herself.
I think so.
Appearance 99 would be a nice time to mark your first international goal.
I think so.
I'm still presuming, I looked in a few different locations, I'm still presuming that someone must have missed one somewhere along the way.
Oh, yeah, no, I was surprised when you said that statistic.
And Denise O'Sullivan hat-trick chasing now and just oozing confidence. And while the opposition may not be of the quality that the Republic of Ireland are going to face at times during this campaign, the philosophy should remain the same, which is as much as you can get O'Sullivan and McCabe on the ball as possible, because they do look a step above.
Exactly, they're our most creative players, and they're going to make those chances as well as finish them, as you can see.
And here is Katie McCabe, steps around one challenge, goes down just inside the penalty area. The referee tells her to get up. Well, I would have thought it's either a corner kick or a penalty kick. Katie McCabe is on the ground laughing at the referee's decision. She went around the first challenge, and well, was her foot just clipped as she went into the penalty area? Oh, clearly her left foot is stood on by the Georgian defender, and that should be a penalty kick. We've no VAR, unfortunately, in Tallaght this evening.
Yeah, I think so. Looking at those replays, she definitely caught her.
The wind still howling around Tallaght Stadium. I said Ireland will be looking for the clean sheet as well. A long run without 11 games, going back 18 months at this stage. And with that experience at the back, I'm sure they're very aware of it.
Yeah, definitely. It's just important to keep concentrated on those rare occasions that the Georgian team do get on the attack, not to let them get anything easily or give anything cheap away.
Tom Evans just talking to a couple of substitutes over there. I'm sure they're thinking about making changes as well. A good opportunity to maybe give some players a little bit of experience as the cross comes in over Carusa's head, cleared long by the Georgian defender and picked up by Diane Caldwell. Plays the little 1-2 with Katie McCabe. Caldwell rolls it to O'Sullivan and the club mates, and O'Sullivan for once does something wrong, misplaces the ball, expected Katie McCabe to make the run a little bit earlier. I think it was overhead either way from Denise O'Sullivan, and the ball trickles out of play over the end line for a goal kick to Georgia.
Yeah, you can see what she was trying there. You could see that she was looking for that gap behind the defence for Katie McCabe, but just too much on it. Just wasn't on at that situation. Yeah, I think it's a good opportunity to get some substitutions on, get people experience these World Cup qualifiers. You know, you need a full squad if you're looking to qualify.
Here's McCabe, 25 yards out, in towards O'Sullivan with the header and a hat-trick. Denise O'Sullivan, 6 for the Republic of Ireland, and a hat-trick for the sensational O'Sullivan. Header from 12 yards out.
And it's those two combining again. Katie McCabe in for Denise O'Sullivan, and a wonderful header. we've said it time and time again, if we can get those two on the ball, we can make chances, and we have an opportunity against any team.
What a night for Denise O'Sullivan. One I'm sure she will never forget. It's a decade since the 27-year-old made her Republic of Ireland debut. Her first hat-trick in green, and she has been instrumental to everything Ireland have good. We know about her technical ability. There may be no technically more able footballer, male or female, in the country right now than Denise O'Sullivan. But tonight as well, I think it was her fight and her passion right from the start. You knew she wanted to go out and impose herself on this game, and she has got a reward in front of goal as well. A hat-trick for Denise O'Sullivan, now on to 16 international goals, and the current FAI Player of the Year is absolutely loving it out there. 6-0 and still 27 minutes to go, and that old 9-0, what the history books aren't lying to me, is under a little bit of threat.
Yeah, we've still a lot of time left in this game, I think. Plenty of opportunities, and you know, Denise O'Sullivan, she's a player, she's widely regarded really around the world. She's one of our you know, world-class players playing over in North Carolina. They have very high regard of her over there too. You know, she's been voted their Players' Player of the Year 2 years in a row, and that's in a team with, you know, international USA internationals, Brazilian internationals, World Cup Olympians, and it's great to see her really performing on the international stage with Ireland, as she has done on numerous occasions over the years. But yeah, getting her into those more forward positions, getting her on the ball, and you know, when you have a player of that talent and that ability who works so hard and is so tenacious, you know, you can't beat it really.
Well, it was clear from day one with Denise O'Sullivan that she was going to be a very special talent. Scored 2 goals in just her second appearance as a 17-year-old against Wales in a European Championship qualifier, and the hat-trick tonight. And you wouldn't be surprised if there was a couple of more for O'Sullivan, and certainly for the Republic of Ireland. Ireland are thinking about making some changes. We'll go to St James's Park and get the half-time update from there in a moment, but there's maybe a rare Georgian attack coming. But Ireland just look at a different level in terms of fitness and physicality to Georgia all evening, particularly Katie McCabe, who, to be honest, at times looks a different level of fitness and physicality even to some of her own teammates.
Yeah, Katie McCabe did a great defensive run there, tracking back, just winning the ball back, and they're not giving Georgia a chance, you know, and they're not keeping possession at all for more than a few passes, and that's because of the Irish pressure and the Irish work rate and getting back into those defensive positions when they need to.
Megan Connolly midway inside the Georgia half. Here is the hat-trick hero O'Sullivan. Quick ball from Fahy to Zoo on the right hand side, sends it in towards Carusa, over her head. McCabe can't get there, and out it comes to O'Sullivan again. Little toe poke back to Fahy, and she returns it to Denise O'Sullivan, who's drifting out to the right hand side and plays a little pass out there to Quinn, and Lucy Quinn loses possession of the ball, and Georgia have it, and they're trying to bring it forward down this right hand side with the substitute Botchvat. However, Katie McCabe comes back to cover, and then Denise O'Sullivan almost manages to nick it in front, but Botchvat, a substitute, drills it down the right hand side, easily dealt with by Diane Caldwell, and it's back at the feet of Katie McCabe. Risha Littlejohn, partner in the middle of midfield, partner in life, and they know each other's games inside out, and they'll be absolutely loving this evening, as for once a pass doesn't work out for Denise O'Sullivan. The ball's fired out of play. Ireland, I think, will use this opportunity for a substitution with a 6-0 lead on 66 minutes, and we'll use this opportunity to go to St James's Park and get the half-time in Newcastle against Norwich.
Newcastle 0, Norwich 0. 10 men. Newcastle get to half-time, still very much in the game. Indeed, Dean Smith may be asking his Norwich side to do a little bit more. They've obviously had most of the possession, but they look slow and ponderous, and surely this game is there for the taking for them. Kieran Clark was a man sent off for pulling back. Pookie went in on goal. Gilmore tested Dubravka from the resulting free kick. Jamal Lewis appeared to defend excellently to prevent Sargent from scoring. Possible handball looking at it back, but the home side have done okay really with a man less, and Callum Wilson has fired a decent effort over the bar for them. He usually does better from that sort of range. Half time, Newcastle 0, Norwich 0.
Yeah, so scoreless there. It is just underway in the other game in the Premier League. Well, in fact, there's almost a quarter of an hour gone in the other game in the Premier League. And that one also remains scoreless between Leeds and Crystal Palace. Certainly not scoreless here at Tallaght Stadium, where the Republic of Ireland lead Georgia by 6-0. Midway point of the second half in this World Cup qualifier, and Ireland will head into 2022 in very good stead indeed. And they've made a couple of substitutions. Ciara Grant and Roman McLaughlin have both come on. Risha Littlejohn and Lucy Quinn, the players who are being replaced. Donegal's McLaughlin back in the Ireland squad again and going to get the end of this game. And Ciara Grant, who's had a really strong season at club level with Shelbourne, comes on to win her 13th cap. And now it is Carusa. She'd love a second goal to go with her first international goal, which was scored a little bit early on. And now McCabe lets the ball run across her on the left-hand side of the area. Georgia defending at close range. Support there if she needs it from Diane Caldwell. Caldwell drills it right-footed just over the head of Sullivan and coming in at the back post. Flying in at the back post and forcing the save again was the Irish player. Niamh Fahey has it, takes on the volley, appeals for a penalty kick, and it is a penalty kick for a handball. It was Niamh Fahey who strode forward from centre half, hit the volley from the edge of the area, real pace to it, and a yellow card as well for the Georgian player, Babia, who's already been booked and is also going to get a red card, and it goes from bad to worse for Georgia. She just turned her body, had the arms out, and a second yellow card. Oof, looks very harsh. As I said, there's no VAR, so they're not going to take another look at this.
Yeah, I mean, she's in
floods of tears going off the pitch. It does on replay look like a very harsh decision. It almost looked like it was shoulder. And with Ireland leading by 6-0, there's a chance for 7, and the ball is at the feet of Katie McCabe, who says to Denise O'Sullivan, "You've got your hat-trick, leave this one to me." So the Republic of Ireland captain down to our left-hand side. A big crowd in that south stand have been treated already to a couple of goals in this second half from Denise O'Sullivan. Katie McCabe, again, exceptional for the Republic of Ireland tonight, and a chance for her to get a goal and the 7th for Ireland. And with Georgia down to 10, I think we're definitely looking at maybe getting to double figures tonight for the Republic of Ireland. So it'll be the left foot of Arsenal's Katie McCabe. Takes her time, sets herself, and eventually steps up. Katie McCabe makes it a magnificent 7 for the Republic of Ireland. Left-footed, powerful strike, sent the goalkeeper the wrong way. And what a night it is turning out to be for these Irish players. Rapturous reception from the big crowd out in Tallaght tonight, and they've been treated to a real exhibition from the Irish players this evening. And Katie McCabe, well, she more than deserves her goal. Yeah. Republic of Ireland 7. You don't get to say that too often at any time. Republic of Ireland 7, Georgia 0.
Yeah, I mean, not much doubt about that finish there. Confident penalty by Katie McCabe. You know, I think Georgia can count themselves a bit unlucky now, having with that penalty and also with the second yellow and red card, down to 10 players. You know, it seemed a bit harsh.
Well, if you're just hopping into your car on this Tuesday evening, you've missed a lot. There are 20 minutes remaining here in Tallaght, where it's now a beautiful evening. Well, a little bit of rain falling again, but the wind has died down a bit compared to what it was pre-game. It's practically the middle of summer. But 7 goals for the Republic of Ireland, and Georgia down to 10 men. It all started after 3 minutes, an own goal from Maiko Bebia. What a disaster of a night it's been for her. Sent off as well for that handball. Ireland made it 2-0 in 20 minutes. Ciara Carusa with her first international goal. Lucy Quinn got her first international goal to make it 3-0 a few minutes after that. Then it became the Denise O'Sullivan show. She got her first and Ireland's 4th with the last kick of the first half, and then added her second with a magnificent finish from the edge of the area to make it 5-0. A header got her hat-trick on 61 minutes, and Katie McCabe with the penalty kick after a handball inside the area from a Niamh Fahey shot resulted in a second yellow card for Babia and a red card and a concession of a 7th goal. And Ireland can really make hay now and maybe get to double figures for the first time. Free kick over on the right hand side, deep inside the Georgian half, sent in towards the near post. Out it comes to McLaughlin. O'Sullivan with a chance for a fourth. Shot blocked down by the Georgian defender on the penalty spot and cleared up towards the halfway line.
Yeah, it was an important block there. I think when you saw Denise O'Sullivan turning with the ball there at the edge of the box, there was only one thing on her mind, and it's attack again.
And it's just wave after wave of attack. Georgia have never tested Courtney Brosnan in the Ireland goal at any stage during the game. Ireland's three centre-backs have been more or less camped inside the Georgian half, and Niamh Fahy's really enjoying life there as McCabe sends the shot in and gets an 8th for the Republic of Ireland. She spun on the edge of the area and drilled it towards the near post. Second in the space of 3 minutes for Katie McCabe, and they now lead by 8 goals to 0.
I mean, it was a fantastic finish by Katie McCabe. She has that, we know she can do that. We've seen those goals before. Lovely turn, left foot into the near post. She's looking for a hat-trick as well, I think.
I said the last time that Ireland scored 9, there were a couple of hat-tricks. One for Stephanie Roach, one for Dora Gorman. We now know Denise O'Sullivan has a hat-trick, and Katie McCabe has a second. Drifted over to the right-hand side. This one from open play. And she absolutely fizzed that one in low to the right-hand side. Nothing the keeper could do about it. And really, well, why stop at 9 or 10? Because there's still 17 minutes to go, and Georgia, well, their heads are long since gone. Ireland are going to make another couple of changes in a moment. Amber Barrett is among the players ready to come on for the closing stages.
I think that might be Saoirse Noonan beside her. I think it might be. 2 more attackers who I'm sure are hungry for goals if it is.
So Ireland have a quarter of an hour to equal the record or to beat the record. So a couple of changes being made. First player coming off is Kira Carusa, who will remember this night for the rest of her life, scoring her first goal in green. And it was an important one as well on 20 minutes that doubled Ireland's advantage. You're right, Saoirse Noonan is coming on. And also coming on is Amber Barrett. And the other player being replaced is Jessica Zhu, another player who will remember this night for a long, long time. Her first start for Ireland and part of a seismic victory. A huge, huge win. So more attacking players coming on for Ireland in Saoirse Noonan winning just her second cap, and Amber Barrett. Rolled out from Ciara Grant to Barrett on the right hand side. Oh, and it might well creep in. The keeper saves on the line. Had totally off balance, lost the flight of the ball. Still there for Katie McCabe. Back over the head it goes of Noonan. Niamh Fahy, come on, give Niamh Fahy a goal at some stage. She's on the right hand side of the penalty area. Out it goes to Barrett again, brings it towards the end line, needs a little bit of support. Ciara Grant is the player who offers it over on the far side. She's in trouble and plays it out of play down by the corner flag with 4 or 5 Irish players waiting inside the penalty area for the ball to arrive.
Yeah, Amber Barrett's gotten straight in there on the ball. Saoirse Noonan was in there around the keeper as well. They're both on the hunt for goals.
And I'm sure they were just licking their lips on the sideline saying, get us on there. What an ideal situation.
And
your team 8-0 up.
Yeah. As an attacking player, I'd say you just want to get on there and get involved. I think we've 3 Donegal players now on the pitch. So obviously it's Ciara Grant, Amber Barrett and Roman McLaughlin. We've got good representation.
And Ireland have it again. Here is Ciara Grant, bringing the forward down the right hand side, plays a quick 1-2 with Amber Barrett. And now it's Louise Quinn, who has been surpassed in the Irish goal scoring stakes by Katie McCabe. Katie McCabe now up to 13 goals, 2 in the space of a couple of minutes, and it might be a chance for a hat-trick. She brings it into the area, just loses possession. Still there though for Roman McLaughlin. Back it comes to Megan Connolly. All the way out then to Diane Caldwell from about 35 yards. Drills it inches over the top of the crossbar. Well, she had only one thing in mind when that ball bounced back towards her. Every ounce of energy from Diane Caldwell, maybe all the frustration of being stuck on the bench for the last few games coming out. And unfortunately for Diane Caldwell, it just goes narrowly over the top of the crossbar, and the Georgian goalkeeper is down, needing more treatment. Possibly hurt her back, picking the ball out of the back of the net.
Yeah, Diane Caldwell caught that one very well. It was just rising, and the goal couldn't come close enough, and it just went over the bar. But she got some venom in that strike that first time, and I'd say she was hoping for it to nestle in the top corner, but it was just rising.
Remember, Georgia have been down to 10 men since the 70th minute, or 10 women, I should say. Old habits and all that. I think we both feel it was very harsh.
Yeah,
the handball against Babia, but Ireland don't care, as we see a replay of Denise O'Sullivan's hat-trick. A nice way to head into the Christmas for Denise O'Sullivan. They'll be celebrating that one down in Knocknaheeny for quite a while.
Definitely.
And the Georgian keeper still receiving treatment, and well, this is the last thing they really need, is for their goalkeeper to go off. I think the physios are going to stay over there.
It's great to see Ciara Grant back on the pitch as well. She's a very experienced player, and as you said, she's had an excellent season with Shelburne into the last year and a half, and has really worked her way back into the squad, has worked extremely hard. It's a number of years since her last cap.
You say that Donegal contingent. There was a couple of buses outside, down from Donegal as well. It's a long old trek, but they've got plenty of heroes up there in this Irish squad.
Definitely. And Roma McLaughlin's a player who's been doing very well over in America in the college scene as well, so it's great to see them on the pitch.
And here is Megan Connolly. Really tidy game in the middle of midfield for Ireland tonight. Kept it moving constantly. Niamh Fahey again coming forward, tries to chip one over the top for O'Sullivan, headed on by Noonan. Amber Barrett over on the right hand side, goes backwards towards Fahey, and the ball played in, but no Irish player made a run for it, and it's back with the Georgian defenders. But Denise O'Sullivan is across quickly to put a little bit of pressure on and turn it out of play for a throw in. Still scoreless in both tonight's Premier League games. 5 minutes gone in the second half between Newcastle and Norwich. Kieran Clark sent off early in that game, and also no goals between Leeds and Crystal Palace. 23 minutes gone in that one. Of course, a full set of games in the Premier League over the next 3 nights. We'll bring you all of those on Off the Ball on the football show through till 10 o'clock. And of course, all the reaction from tonight's game on OTB AM from 7:30 tomorrow morning. I'm sure we'll hear from Vera Powell and Denise O'Sullivan and Katie McCabe, who almost gets her hat-trick. Another brilliant save from Sukhashvili. Katie McCabe, edge of the D, rolled it onto her left foot and smashed it towards the top corner. But Sukhashvili, despite that injury, manages to get enough on it to deny Ireland and deny Katie McCabe her hat-trick.
Yeah, that was an excellent stop again. And Katie McCabe definitely has her eye on that hat-trick.
So corner kick. She's made 3 or 4 great saves, Sukhashvili.
Yeah, she's had a good performance. I know it's difficult when you see 8-0 on the scoreline, but she's made some top-class stops. There was a few nervy moments in the first half, but I guess, you know, dealing with the elements, dealing with the wind might have contributed to that. But she's been very good. It's difficult when you're faced with attack after attack.
McCabe whips the corner in. Oh, it's cleared off the line, but sent in on the rebound by Saoirse Noonan, who gets her first international goal and runs to the Irish support behind the goal to celebrate. Republic of Ireland 9, Georgia 0. A record equaling night for the girls in green.
Well, what can you say? It was a great ball in from Katie McCabe, and Saoirse Noonan, she's a real striker. She was in there. It was a good stop off the line initially, but she was there to poke it home. She was the one who reacted quickest, so she'll be delighted. We've had a lot of firsts today, so it's a good day for all the Irish team.
Are we going to get a real first and an Irish senior team get to double figures and score 10? Well, there's still 8 minutes to go. It's 9-0, and Saoirse Noonan As well she might, celebrated that as if it was a last-minute winner, because your first international goal doesn't come along too often. She's had a big season at club level with Shelbourne. Spoke about making that move up from Cork City, where she was a cup winner previously, and she has been rewarded, and she's got her goal in green as well to make it 9-0.
Yeah, it's a massive moment for her. You know, you have to celebrate these. You only score your first international goal once.
And there will and should be question marks, of course, about the quality of the opposition that the Republic of Ireland have faced tonight. But just a reminder that Slovakia have kept it together, Georgia have kept it together pretty well in their games up to this. Oh, it looked like another handball there. That looked more of a clear handball than the one that was actually given.
Yeah.
But the referee, I think, maybe feeling sorry for the Georgians at this stage. Remember, it was just 4-0 against Sweden, 3-0 against Finland, but 9-0 as McCabe again, desperate for a hat-trick. They might have to share that ball. Ireland's 9, not going to be the record for tonight, though. England are playing Latvia in one of those games that doesn't really do anybody any favours. 19-0 in that game.
Oh, you never want to see something like that, really, you know. It doesn't do any good.
Amber Barrett, as Ireland look to get to double figures, brings it to the end line, the sliding challenge, and it's put out of play. And look, it's always difficult to know, should you split up into different qualification campaigns, and we say there have been signs before this that Georgia have been improving, becoming more solid, but you do wonder whether we'd be better off in a different qualification campaign where maybe the better teams come in at a later stage.
Yeah, I know that's something they've moved to in the underage European qualifiers, in the under-19s and under-17s. They've kind of split it into an A and B for the first round to avoid those big defeats for the weaker teams.
We want 10 as the corner kick comes in from McCabe, and it's headed over from a yard out by Saoirse Noonan. So much pace on the corner kicks from Katie McCabe. They're almost impossible to defend, and Saoirse Noonan just heads it over the top of the crossbar. The keeper came, probably blinded her slightly, and Ireland don't get their 10th as the cheers go up around Tallaght Stadium. The Shamrock Rovers had a good season. I don't even think they heard that throughout their entire season of we want 10.
Yeah, they're just fantastic deliveries by Katie McCabe, right where you want them.
And Georgia almost get a touch in the Irish half, which they haven't had for about half an hour at this stage. Looks as though it will be that clean sheet. Their long run without one coming to an end. 5 minutes left, leading 9-0. Katie McCabe has it over on the right hand side. Back she goes to Ciara Grant of Shelbourne. And Grant just loses out, and it's just smashed forward desperately from Georgia, who really just want to get out of the wind and the rain and get on the flight home, I think.
Yeah, the Georgian players look out on their feet there at the moment. They're not even getting up, really. They're right back in their third of the pitch.
Amber Barrett again, of course, plays her club football over in Germany with Cologne, and she's seen plenty of the ball, but I'm sure she just wants a goal as she throws it to fellow Donegal woman Roman McLaughlin. And here is Denise O'Sullivan, who will be taking home the match ball. And now Megan Connolly, inches away from 10, left-footed shot, 25 yards out. It just dipped to the left of the goal, and it stays at 9.
Yeah, it just opened up for her there. She saw the goal open up, but again, just to the left of that post. She'll just be disappointed not to hit the target, as it looked like if she'd gotten it into that corner, the keeper would have struggled to get there.
Well, Ireland will take an awful lot of confidence from this. I don't think any of us expected a result like this, particularly with the way the conditions were before the game. It was very, very difficult in this first half, but right from the first minute, Ireland played with a real intensity, particularly around that midfield with Connolly and Littlejohn and O'Sullivan. And of course, the exceptional Katie McCabe, who has two and is bringing the ball forward towards the edge of the area. Knocks it across. The shot from McLaughlin is saved and just about collected by the goalkeeper. Again, a shot from distance. 3.5 minutes left. Everyone desperate for Ireland to get 10.
Yeah, I think that this game came it was the perfect opportunity really to get over that Slovakia disappointment. You know, you have a home game, against a lower ranked opposition. Your time to get back on track, get your confidence, get a win, and just get over that game. You know, if that Slovakia game had been the one just before Christmas, you know, you'd have months to be thinking about it, but this gave the Ireland team a chance to just get over that, talk about it, deal with it, learn from it, and move forward. And you know, by the end of this campaign, you don't know, that point against Slovakia might be important, that they got away with a point and not a loss. You know, it gives them that little bit of, you know, cushion over Finland if they do end up head to head with them at the end of the campaign. So, you know, we have to take a positive from it too. It wasn't a loss, they did get a point.
Still scoreless in the two Premier League games between Newcastle and Norwich in the second half, and Leeds and Palace in the second half. Sorry, the Newcastle game is in the second half, the Leeds game's in the first half. We want 10 is still the chant. 87.5 minutes gone. Ireland just a 9 so far. Here's Katie McCabe, 25 yards out. Rolls it across to Roman McLaughlin. She leaves it for Ciara Grant. Out to the right hand side to Niamh Fahey. Back again to Grant. Steps away from one challenge. Sends the cross in towards Saoirse Noonan. Just couldn't stretch far enough, but the ball's not out of play yet. Amber Barrett has it. Sends it straight back in to Niamh Fahey. Flicks it behind her and it'll be collected by Megan Connolly. She goes back to Diane Caldwell, and now Louise Quinn. Ireland still playing at a real pace. They want 10 as well. The Irish players mistaking it back. Here it comes. Amber Barrett. 10 for the Republic of Ireland. Amber Barrett from 4 yards out caps off a historic night for Irish football. 10 goals for the first time ever for the senior team. You can't quite believe it. Republic of Ireland 10, Georgia 0. Mark it down in the history books.
I mean, I know we were hoping for a win today, but I don't know if anyone could have predicted this, really, you know. And Amber Barrett, she found herself in behind the defence there. The ball over the top, the Georgian player just missed it with a kick, and she just blasted it into the roof of the net, really, and finished it from close range.
Massive mistake at the back from the Georgians, a complete miss kick, and it sat up so perfectly for Amber Barrett, who just put her right boot through it. She was 6 yards out. Nothing the goalkeeper could do. Fourth international goal for Amber Barrett. Scored in the defeat to Iceland, and her first goal here in Tallaght since a win against Slovakia 3.5 years ago. And even at 10, you can see how much it means to these players to get on the pitch and get their goals.
Yeah, it's massive. You know, we saw Saoirse Noonan and Amber Barrett come on there, two attacking players. They wanted to get in on it. They've both gotten their goals now. You know, I think the whole team, it's given everyone great confidence. I think anyone who comes on the pitch now would be confident of their chances with the way Ireland are playing.
Well, I'm sure there's a lot of people who looked out their window at around 5 o'clock this evening, saw the wind and the rain and thought, maybe not tonight. Well, you have missed out on history, and you've missed out on a sensational Irish performance, and it may get even better as they chase an 11th goal. We are into injury time at the end of this game. The referee should really just blow it up at this stage.
Yeah, I hope those who didn't turn up, I hope they're watching at home and they're getting a good show.
Well, the whistle isn't for the end of the game, it is for another free kick, and maybe Ireland will get an 11th goal. Can't keep saying it enough. Scoreboard, you'll be glad to know, in Tallaght Stadium does go to 10.
We haven't had that worry before, I don't think, here.
So free kick in injury time, 3 minutes of injury time to be played, and it's down this left hand side. Katie McCabe has decided not going to take this one. She is desperate for her hat-trick.
Yeah.
They'll need 2 match balls if she can get one, because Denise O'Sullivan certainly bringing one back to Cork. It is Megan Connolly who's going to take this. Left hand angle of the area. 3 in the wall. Held up in the wind. Might find its way all the way into the back of the net. And it does. Saoirse Noonan is the one who runs off celebrating. Diane Caldwell is in there as well. I'm not sure if it took a touch off anybody, but the end result is it is an 11th goal for the Republic of Ireland. Well, they'll be able to fight about it in the dressing room afterwards. What a delivery in from Megan Connolly, and I'm not sure that anybody gets a touch on it as it came in from Megan Connolly. Niamh Fahey was in there as well.
She was agonisingly close to it. I'm not sure though. No,
I think that will go down as Megan Connolly's goal.
Yeah.
Into the wind, held up in the air again.
Yeah.
The Georgians a shambles at the back, and Megan Connolly running out of room to write down all the goal scorers. We could be here till 10 o'clock trying to run you through them all.
It was a fantastic ball in though, and when you get it into that area, we see that happen. Sometimes, nobody gets a touch on it, and the goalkeeper's waiting for a touch, and it creeps in at the far corner. So
11-0. It all started with an own goal from Maiko Bebia after just 3 minutes. Since then, we've had a goal from Ciara Caruso, Lucy Quinn, a hat-trick for Denise O'Sullivan, 2 for Katie McCabe, 1 for Saoirse Noonan, 1 for Megan Connolly, and of course the 10th, the record breaker from Amber Barrett. And they're still not done in the final seconds at Tallaght Stadium. Look to the referee. Ireland are on the attack again. Georgia just trying to clear their lines from inside their own half. It's taken away skillfully by Ciara Grant. Down the left hand side it comes to Katie McCabe. Her cross in is blocked, and the referee puts the Georgians out of their misery on a night to remember for the Republic of Ireland team. I don't know how often we're going to get to say it, so we'll say it one more time loud and proud. The Republic of Ireland 11, Georgia 0. A historic night, a record-breaking victory for the Republic of Ireland that gets them very much back on track in the World Cup qualification campaign. We'll take a quick break to catch our breath, to figure out if we got all the goal scorers, and we'll have some analysis with Dora Gorman. Right after this, the celebrations have started. Republic of Ireland 11, Georgia 0.
Football on Off the Ball.
With Sky. Come on, you girls in green. Good luck to the Ireland women's football team in their upcoming World Cup qualifiers.
It's not too late. The Black Friday sale continues at Harvey Norman with up to 50% off handmade sofas, gaming desks from as little as €99, up to 50% off dining furniture. Plus, get 20% off all full-price rugs with a huge range in stock, ready for quick delivery. Now's the time to buy, but hurry. The Harvey Norman Black Friday sale must end soon. Don't miss out.
Let Liffey Valley light up your Christmas this year. A shopping experience to fill you with cheer. Gifts for all wrapped the same day. Stock up on treats, but find time to play. Enjoy a great meal, then catch a new movie. That's Christmas shopping as it should be. At Liffey Valley, you'll find 80 great stores this Christmas, including Zara, Penneys and TK Maxx. Plus, over 20 restaurants and a 14-screen cinema. Light up your Christmas at Liffey Valley.
Share the wonder of Dromoland Castle this Christmas. Choose from afternoon tea, overnight stay, spa treats, a golf day, or let your loved one decide with a Dromoland Castle gift card. Share some Dromoland Castle wonder this Christmas. A place where dreams come true. See dromoland.ie.
For those who build tomorrow, the only constant is change. Volkswagen Commercial Vehicle Leasing can change how you think about van ownership and is available across our range of vehicles from €258 per month. There's no deposit, tyres and maintenance are included, you pay an affordable fixed monthly rental. Drive it, work it, replace it. That's leasing. It frees up capital to invest in your business. For those who embrace change, the time is now with Volkswagen Commercial Vehicle Leasing. Visit volkswagenvans.ie/leasing for further information. Terms and conditions apply.
Be happy, be spontaneous, be confident, be smart, and, most importantly, always be you. Bugatti, stylish modern menswear, from coats and jackets to jeans and chinos, shirts, knitwear and footwear. Bugatti, winter collection now available in great menswear stores.
It's not just that Sammy has lost his home in the conflict. It's not just that everyone he's ever loved is gone and he's been forced to walk hundreds of miles alone to find safety. And most of all, it's not just that Sammy is only 7 years old. Like thousands of children in regions torn apart by conflict, Sammy is living in fear, and it's not just. This Christmas, your love can make all the difference. Visit Trócaire.org or call 1850 408 408. Trócaire, until love conquers fear.
News Talk Breakfast.
It's become as normal as going out for a pint and to take drugs. And once that happens, it becomes almost extensive, endemic, insidious. And, people who take them at weekends who are affluent, they're contributing.
News Talk Breakfast with Ciara Kelly and Shane Coleman.
In association with AIR.
Weekday mornings at 7 on News Talk. Football on Off the Ball.
With Sky. Come on, you girls in green. Good luck to the Ireland women's football team in their upcoming World Cup qualifiers.
3 in the wall, held up in the wind, might find its way all the way into the back of the net, and it does. Saoirse Noonan is the one who runs off celebrating. Diane Caldwell is in there as well. I'm not sure if it took a touch off anybody, but the end result is it is an 11th goal for the Republic of Ireland. Yes, if you're just getting in the car, you're not mishearing. The Republic of Ireland have scored 11 goals to beat Georgia by 11 goals to nil. The biggest ever victory for a Republic of Ireland senior team. A hat-trick for the brilliant Denise O'Sullivan, 2 for Katie McCabe. There was an own goal to start it off by Babia after 3 minutes. Also in their first international goals for Ciara Caruso and Lucy Quinn, and some late goals to really make sure that Ireland scored 10 and then 11 for the first time from Saoirse Noonan, from Amber Barrett and from Megan Connolly. Dora Gorman was alongside me watching this record-breaking victory. I think we all expected Ireland to take the 3 points. I don't think anyone expected anything quite like that.
I mean, it was just a phenomenal performance from the first minute. They came out of the traps absolutely raring to go, got that early goal, and from that moment on it was just dominance all over the pitch. They didn't give Georgia a sniff of a chance anywhere, and right from the defence were comfortable. We worked it through midfield, we played really nice football, kept possession well, got our wide players in and had some fantastic finishes. I mean, there's nothing, you couldn't ask for any more. On a windy, wet day. I think the wind and rain is picking up again now at the end of the game. It gave us a little bit of a reprieve during the game, but I mean, just fantastic, and really gives the team so much confidence going into the qualifiers after Christmas now, and a great end to the year.
Georgia, their players, listen, it was a humiliating night. They were totally outclassed. There was about 50 or 60 Georgian supporters here, and in fairness, their manager and the players all came over to get some photographs, and you could see that they were probably a little bit embarrassed by how it all ended up, because they had done quite well to keep it respectable up to this during the campaign. But Ireland, right from the first minute, as much as there was a gulf in class, it was the Irish attitude, I suspect, that will please Vera Pauw most this evening.
Yeah, I think, they worked so hard all over the pitch. They came out, they weren't, they didn't let the disappointment from Slovakia get them down. They didn't let that creep into their game, and I think, Georgia will be disappointed. They are ranked lower than us. They've had big defeats before, but they probably felt they'd turned a bit of a corner at the start of this campaign, and this will be a real setback for them. But I think, tonight is all about the Ireland team and the Irish performance, and I think we have to take great heart from that going forward. So I think a great evening for Ireland.
Well, Dora, this is your first co-commentary. I can tell you they're not all like this.
I think I must be the lucky charm.
I think so. I don't know if we'll ever get a chance to say it again. So for one last time, at Tallaght Stadium, Republic of Ireland 11, Georgia 0.
Football on Off the Ball.
With Sky. Come on, you girls in green. Good luck to the Ireland women's football team in their upcoming World Cup qualifiers.
Listen live or listen back on the News Talk app, powered by Go Loud.
Nevin Maguire here, and I love this time of year. It's a great time to try out new recipes for the big day. It'll come as no surprise that I think cookware makes a great Christmas gift, and my Cook with Nevin Maguire range at Dunnes Stores has plenty to choose from. You'll find lots of great gifts